patchy, as we know, Bruce. Last week they got thumped by 80 points by North Melbourne. And Anderson out of the side really does leave a big gap around midfield, although he did play at centre-half back last week. But let's have a look at the Adelaide lineup. And Tony Modra, well, they really do need him firing today. 10 goals in his last 4 outings. He's been very quiet, and that does reflect how the midfield is going at the moment, because Tony McGuinness has been a little bit down. Mark Prosciutto, the young player, has been very good. And Ben Hart, who lined up on the forward line last week, we're told will get the job on Gary Lyon this week. So that could be a terrific contest, that one.
Crows about to come out. You talk about form between them. They've won 2 matches out of their last 11, these two sides. But when you look at the form in Melbourne and in the AFL over the last couple of weeks, it's impossible to pick favourites, isn't it?
It is. They didn't really seem to play with a lot of passion, though, from what I saw last week, Adelaide against North Melbourne. Whereas the Melbourne side really only lost it in about 15 minutes of play. Their passion for the ball last week was magnificent. They just could not convert. Gary Lyon missed a couple of shots at goal, which really could have turned the game in Melbourne's favour. But
who's going to stand Gary Lyon, do you believe?
Well, we think Ben Hart will look after him, and he is a very important player. Of course, Steins went into that game last week unfit, so let's hope that he's fully fit this week. Jakovic, they need a big game from him.
Well, we've been told that Jakovic may start on the interchange bench tonight. Steins struggling with injury, as we said last week, but continuing that run of about 160 matches straight. We take a break. Neil Curley and Robbo after the break and the opening bounce.
That's what I like about life. That's the thing about me. The thing about football.
I think I can.
At Mitre 10, we can help you with all the paint, materials, advice and free Mitre plans you need.
I think I can. I know I can. I know I can.
So you can get a great finish every time. Yes, you can with Mitre 10.
Royal Shops, Charles to step aside for Queen Anne. Charles and Di call a truce, and shock photos of Fergie the Frump. Exclusive, Joe blasts those romance rumours. Kylie on men and her amazing baby plans. Liz tells Larry, number 8, your time is up. And heartthrob Hugh Grant's ex-lover says he's hot stuff. Your future in the stars, delicious family winter pies, and our great fashion contest. Choose your favourite designer and win. New idea with Princess Anne on the cover.
Where do I get my new ideas? Your new idea, of course.
Feed the gang for less with Pizza Hut's new low price for any 2 large pizzas, $16.90. Yes, any 2 large pizzas of your choice at a new low price, pick up or delivery. Phone 131166 now for any 2 large pizzas now for only $16.90. Great pizzas, great new price means great value. Call 131166.
At the John Martin Stocktake sale, we're adding value, reducing prices, taking more off, multiplying the savings and increasing the discounts. Nothing else equals the John Martin Stocktake sale. Starts tomorrow.
If you're in the market for a new gas cooker, come and see South Australia's biggest range, featuring modern European styles and fashion colours and all the latest high-tech features. Who else could serve up a range like that but the Gas Shop from the Gas Company?
All the things that we would do, I'll never get over you, 'cause you thrill me every night, every day. You thrill me, Balthus, you help make my day. You thrill me, oh Balthus, I need you today, 'cause you thrill me.
There's thousands of dollars to give away on the Home and Away Cash Bonanza.
Remember, you have to watch Home and Away this week to win. Just answer a simple question from the show and the cash could be yours.
The Home and Away Cash Bonanza starts Monday at 7 on 7. For that really offbeat intro.
I'm Andrew Danton, welcome to the show.
Sincerity till it hurts. Meet actor-director John Bell and Socceroo Paul Wade.
It's insane!
Certainly is. Denton Live, Tuesday 10:30 on 7.
Some talent on the interchange there for Adelaide, but they're not stripped, unfortunately, for the Crows. Bickley, Hall and Anderson. One man who's out there but hasn't got his tracksuit off is Alan Jakovic at the moment, so it looks like he will start on the interchange bench. Neil Curley, you spoke with Neil Baum today. Are you surprised by that?
Well, he hasn't been playing well, and Neil admitted that, and it may be a little ploy, who knows, because I think trying to take the viewers, particularly in Melbourne, into the rooms here tonight, they were both very, very low-key, particularly the Melbourne room. Neil Barn just quietly moving amongst his players very late in his preparation, a quiet word here, a quiet word there, and they seem very committed, and there was quite a bit of aggro in their thinking and their approach towards this game, so I think they'll be very physical. Also, I think the viewers will see tonight a lot of football played at ground level, particularly on the grass. The grass is very long, it's starting to dew up, so there'll be a lot of players slipping over. The match-ups tonight will be Melbourne matching up the midfield of Adelaide and the Crows boys matching up the key forwards of the Melbourne side.
Who's going to play at centre-half forward for the Crows?
I think you'll see Pittman line up there. He has played there before at our local level here, so he's no stranger to the position. 6'9", so he does give them a big target to aim at. He won't take many marks, but he will, and there won't be any marks taken against him, so there'll be a lot of spillage there. But look out for Modra tonight. I think he's fired up for this game.
Well, Djakovic has started on the interchange. Neil, who are you tipping?
I'm tipping the Crows tonight. I just think they're ready to play well.
Thanks for that, Robbo. Gee, some results today that have made a big difference to this match. Lose tonight and the Crows are right down in the ruck.
Well, it's very interesting, Bruce, isn't it? I mean, if you had to tip winners at football for a living, you'd go broke. But I'm tipping Melbourne tonight. I think that their form against Carlton last week wasn't all that bad. And I can't see the Crows making a recovery in a week after their lamentable performance against Collingwood.
Well, a few changes too. David Neitz lining up at full forward for Melbourne, and Primke playing centre-half back for the Demons. Phil Gilbert also lining up alongside David Neitz in that forward line.
Jamison's on line as well. Adelaide kick to the left, Melbourne to the right. Full house at Football Park. Tremendous atmosphere here. You could call this a crunch game between the two. Liptak's handball out of the centre. Good tackle placed on by the Melbourne players on Rouvray, and it'll be a ball up again. So a great curtain raiser here tonight between two South Australian National Football League clubs, North Adelaide and the Eagles, which has whetted the appetite for people who love their footy and are at the ground. Free kick to Wren in the centre square. Such an important player for the Crows.
Bit of cloak and dagger stuff too when the coin was tossed. Couldn't quite work out which way, who won the toss. But there doesn't look to be any wind advantage, Bernie. The flags aren't moving all that much.
A little bit maybe to the left of screen in the early game, Robbo, but they were certainly kicking goals to both ends.
Well, Sean White kicks the ball along the boundary line and it just wobbles over for a boundary throw-in.
Schwartz there. Schwartz being picked up by Chalmers, and Todd Viney, the Melbourne midfielder, picking up Tony McGuinness.
Cold night. It's about 12 degrees and expected to get right down to 7.
So you could expect that. McGuinness there, kicking the ball off the ground. Wiedemann tried to get it back to Tony McGuinness and unsuccessful in the finish. The ball over for another throw-in.
Bernie Rasciuto up forward. You like that move for the Crows?
Well, they really do need a goal kicker up forward. They've really lacked that, haven't they?
7-4 on the Crows with Sportsbook, and Melbourne 10-9.
Well, the 6-4 I've got Melbourne may not be all that bad. Tingay tries to control the football. Norrish is there with Glenn Lovett. The ball spills now for Road. Went one way, there were no options. Then the ball tucked through the back by Stephen Phoebe. Lovett's kick, that's Glenn down towards the wing. Charles punched away there by Maynard, taken by Chalmers. A quick kick by Wren goes high in the air. Perhaps a play-on call. That's the way the players see it. Jarman to Maynard. Maynard quickly to half-forward. The gather is brilliant by Liptak. Liptak across the half-forward line. It didn't really go forward for the Crows. Attempted kick off the ground by Modra. Sean White's got him for the evening. Yates' tackle there on Mail wasn't bad. White goes after the football again. The umpire's prepared to let the players really strive hard for the football, and eventually a free kick was paid and the advantage is with the Demons.
Brett Lover got it to Yates. Yates to centre half forward. Went through the hands of Chalmers. Charles with a bit of pace pushes it forward. Lee just made an error, but it won't be easy tonight. Maynard away, off for one leg, back in the Doyle direction, who takes it on his chest in the centre square. Won their first 5, the Demons. Were favourites for the flag at one stage. Up towards 50, line in the front spot. Chalmers lopes after it. Goes back to Ben Hart. Still just 19 years of age and over 50 games of league footy. Out wide to the weave. They give him a customary roar. An untidy looking kick, as he often does, around the body. Liptak fell over. Good take by Stephen Phoebe. Left foot round his body. Back to half-back. Tregenza underneath it. Takes it on his chest. Was going to go. Stop. Thought better about it.
Simon Tregenza, 63 AFL games now to his credit. He's kicked towards full forward. Doyle gets in front, takes a good mark for the Demons. Road looking for the hand pass. Doyle goes off the left foot, short. Todd Viney may have the job on McGuinness. Viney's kicked towards the wing, a big leap by Schwartz. Chalmers has helped over the boundary line with the football as Alan Jakovic gives the Stimmerol a bit of a workout. Centre wing, boundary throw in. Wren, his opponent Steins, taken by McGuinness. McGuinness's kick. Yes, well done, Rashudo. He marks 50 metres from goal.
Great young player, this boy.
Mark Rashudo, lovely kick, right to the goal line. It's helped over. Sean White was able to get his hands to it with Tony Modra. And the first score of the evening is a behind to Adelaide.
The other midfield matchup, Jarman is playing on Glenn Lovett.
Graham Yates to kick the ball back into play for the Demons. A little unsure as to which side to go, then goes in short. Brett Lovett looks to play on. Yates takes it back. Yates goes long now. No one home though. He's just given it straight up. Tregenza will pump the Adelaide Crows back into attack. The kick to the front of the goals. Yates in front. Sean White says steady down. He gets the hand pass away. It's Stephen Phoebe from the right back pocket for Melbourne. Kicks it out near the wing. Steins gets in there and then took the ball away from Schwartz. And that could have nearly been deemed a throw. On the bottom of that rollman, he's dragged off the football. The Crows supporters scream for a free kick. Nothing happening. Throw it in, please. Boundary umpire.
Adelaide a point, rush through off Rashudo. Trimke, who played in a grand final winning team here last year. Matthew Phoebe to centre wing. Charles, good play, brilliantly done. And gets some distance with a kick towards full forward. Gilbert was there. Crows fans looking for a free kick. Well played, neat. Left foot centering. Should take a Jamison. It was a floater in the end, but it was a good mark.
Yeah, poor kick from Nietzsche. You really could have spotted Glenn Lovett. Would have been a certain Melbourne goal.
Jarman lurking at the back. A big ball for Brett Lovett. Wiedemann breaks away. Goes long to half forward. Modra out in front of White. Got a good bounce. Turns around. Under pressure. Scrubby little kick. Lip tackle by Yates. No free kick. Crow fans are screaming. Throw in the pocket.
Well, as you would expect, Bruce, anything that looks slightly like a free kick to Adelaide, they'll be screaming, this crowd.
Well, there's a few here barracking for the Crows, I would suggest. 46,000, a capacity crowd again.
3-2 in favour of the Crows. Melbourne have won on this ground in 1992. Liptak round his body. High one, Mail, Doyle and also Pittman. Back to Primke, runs it to the boundary and runs it out of play. Right forward pocket for the Crows. As we look at the interchange, Ingerson and Brown. Brown, who often comes on as a pinch hitter and can kick a goal in a hurry.
Well, the ruckmen go at it. Now Wiedemann has the football. He can't break clear. Well done by Brett Lovett. Gets it to Primke. Back further to Yates. Yates having his third kick. Goes along the boundary line. Short. Punched away by McDermott. Nearly could have taken the mark there. Tingay picks it up. Kicks Melbourne to left half forward. Schwartz and Chalmers. Schwartz handballs it away. Looking for the free kick. Well done. No, he can't break away there from Maynard. Maynard should be given the free kick. And yes, eventually, it is a Crows free kick, much to the delight of the fans here this evening. Rodney Maynard, sweeping hand pass in towards centre half back. Kick down the ground, in towards the centre. Punched away there by Stephen Phoebe. It was Jamison kicking it forward. Now Matthew Phoebe gets it back. It's Doyle who's had a couple of possessions already. His kick directly towards centre forward. Oh, huge leap there by Schwartz. Jamison again, McDermott, Maynard, and then Rouvray. Combination there by the Crows, pretty good. Rouvray off the left foot. A high kick, not really what the forwards want. Melbourne mop up, Doyle's got it again. Brett Lovett left it behind. Good stuff, terrific stuff by Wiedemann. He went in after the footy, and he gets rewarded with a free kick. Johnny Russo, the officiating umpire.
It's just that hand pass from Brett Doyle, a little bit too severe for Lovett. He put it slightly behind him, and that was what caused that error. It wasn't Brett Lovett really, but Doyle's hand pass just a little too severe.
Well, there's been some nicknames delivered on behalf of Mark Zanotti that have been very descriptive, but have a look at this man. Wayne Wiedemann. Don't meet him in a dark lane, ladies and gentlemen, and he kicks the goal.
slightly with the scoring end in this first term. In the early game that we saw, the first 14 goals, in fact, were kicked to this end of the ground. So definitely a slight favouring breeze to that end of the ground, the left of the screen. Terrific effort there by Wiedemann, putting his body in, earning that free kick. The mistake coming from that Doyle hand pass to Brett Lovett.
Crows lead by 7 points at Football Park. Wiedemann the goal scorer. Wren to go with Doyle. Wren wins it straight down to Viney. Viney to centre half forward. Wellman takes the mark. Ben Hart lookalike, isn't he, at 19 years of age, same age, same body really. Away he goes to centre half forward. Fly by Rashudo early. Wiedemann getting some touches. Jarman, not often he makes an error like that. Little kick sideways, just missed Wren. Norris's handball was excellent to Brett Lovett. Brett Lovett centering kick, giving Neitz and Schwartz off. Good mark, Schwartz in the front.
He's been good this year. David Schwartz made a big comeback. He's kicked 26 goals for the season. Had a pretty quiet 93 and a 50-metre penalty now.
Makes a certainty of it.
This is a certain goal out of the Demons.
Did clock that, Robbo? What for?
I think he was asked to come back on the mark once, maybe twice.
McDermott,
No
I wonder
move.
if McDermott was involved there.
No move.
He looks very disappointed.
And Schwartz would have struggled from where he was.
Yeah,
but that's going to be Adelaide's problem. Schwartz, Neitz in the forward line and Gary Lyon. Have Adelaide got 3 good defenders to contain those 3 very serious players for Melbourne?
And also Jimmy Stein's in the forward line, Robbo, and he can take a mark overhead as well.
And Jakovic sitting on the boundary at the moment. Schwartz kicks the ball out of the park. A goal. So the Demons bounce back. 1-1 Adelaide, a goal Melbourne in a round so far where only 2 of the 6 favourites have been successful.
Yes, well, as we've seen this round, anything can happen, but a very tight game this one. A very desperate, critical game for both sides. Brett Lovett there getting the ball out of the middle. Melbourne have been pretty good around midfield lately. That is a strong mark by Schwartz in front of the pack there. Terrific mark.
Well, he gets Melbourne's first goal for the evening. And underneath all that, Todd Viney struggling to crash through. Unsuccessful. So the umpire will bounce once again. Jimmy Stein's doing the ruck work up against Wren. Ball hits the ground, goes through McDermott's legs. Wren again over the top. And the umpire, for the 3rd time, will bounce. Well, you can see the centre square just off to the left there. Centre circle, rather. So look at this contest between these 2 big men. Sean Wren trying to get the front posse. Jimmy Stein's not giving it up easily. And the ball eventually hits the ground. Pittman trying to get it away underneath there. Wiedemann takes the free kick. He gets the hand pass to McDermott. McDermott really not progressing and forced to kick quickly. Back down towards half forward. Stephen Phoebe, little kick off the ground, nearly to Mayer. Lip tack. Now Rashudo, handball. Stephen Phoebe gets his left foot to it, kicks it close to the line, and it goes over on the ball. So the free kick to be taken out there by Tregenza. Simon Tregenza for the Crows. Was originally drafted by Footscray. Great look by Modra. No mark paid. Ball spills for a boundary throw in. About 40 metres around from the Crows goal. Modra got his hands onto it, and that's probably the confidence that he's lacking at the moment. He's only kicked a few goals in the last 4 or 5 matches. Umpire close onto this, and he will bounce. That's Chris Mitchell, John Russo, and what a magnificent sight that is here at Football Park. Lip tack, crashed to the ground by Viney. Stephen Phoebe feeds it out. Doyle gets a quick kick to it. Some tough stuff down there in the forward pocket for the Adelaide Crows, and the players look back. No free kick. It will be thrown in between wing and right half forward for the Crows.
Leading by a point. But you get the feeling the Demons have done well early because the Crows have had the ball in attack for most of this first term. And Melbourne's been able to withstand it so far.
We'd have been in everything early, Bruce.
Looks for Modra on a lead. Gets to him. Fifty put his hand up but couldn't hold it. Doubt if he got the touch. Obviously from the umpire's point of view he didn't. And Modra takes the mark.
Bruce on the lead. No, Primke definitely didn't get a hand to that one. A tough angle here for Tony Modra.
So test his goal-kicking abilities at Footy Park. Never a chance. And through for a behind. He's kicked a 198 goals, Modra, in his career in just 41 matches to date. His football park record this year is very good, 32 in 5, but as Bernie told you at the start of the match, only 10 goals in his last 4. He got off to the best start possible. He kicked 13 goals at this ground when the Crows beat Carlton in the opening match of the year.
So obviously his confidence would be down a little bit, and Road kicks in, eventually finds Brett Luffett. To get away with that. He gives it back to Peter Road. Peter Road goes down towards the half-back area where Tingay has taken a good mark. Gives a hand pass away into the path of Stephen Phoebe. His kick along the wing, not really good enough. Whitman takes an easy mark. It was Matthew Phoebe who delivered it, and he's got to get it back. You get a free kick anyway. Too high. Brought to the ball. Too high. Will Gray for the Crows. Can put them within goal scoring distance with this kick, and he does just that. A long kick up to the 50-metre line. High flyers, no, but crumbs gathered by Rashudo. What a magnificent kick by Michael Rashudo. That's what I want, that's the thing about me, the thing about football.
For a ride as smooth as silk, you should consider a ride in the new Mitsubishi Magna.
Before things get on top of you, take out hospital cover with Medibank Private, Australia's #1 health fund. And not only will we waive the usual 2-month waiting period, but you and a friend could win 5 nights at the luxurious Club Med Lindeman Island, flying Ansett Australia. See? Things are already looking up.
I feel better now. These are the times that we move through. These are the times that we move through. This is the road that we travel. This is the place that we come to.
Decision day is fast approaching when the AFL selects our second side. Special reports start Monday on 7 Nightly News, looking at the hottest issues in footy today.
What they want is a single side, and that side being Port Adelaide.
We look at the main players, the emotion. We give you your say.
Definitely Port Adelaide.
Definitely Port Adelaide.
Port Adelaide.
I'd say they're the logical choice.
Norwood should be the second side.
It'll come down to Port versus the rest. Who will win? Find out in our special report starting Monday.
2-2 to a goal. Rashudo, brilliant goal out of the pocket. 14-6. Jarman. Doyle goes back. Phoebe, Matthew towards centre-half forward. Lee punches it away. Jamison, quick left footer. Handball by Phoebe. Back to line. First time we've seen him tonight. Back to Phoebe, to Matthew Phoebe. Viney's kick, almost cut off by Whirlman. Charles, was he ridden into the ground by Maynard? Handball to Lovett. Now line. Good kick to the goal square around the body. Then getting back and paid. Jarman short. Puts Maynard under pressure. Tingay attacks it hard. Adelaide have got a couple of numbers though. The handball was only average. Well played by Norris to sweep in front of Tregenza. They both go to ground. Norris gets a free kick.
Well, that's not bad if it's consistent all night, that sort of thing.
Norris bangs it back. Wren gets back. Chalmers in fact spoiled Wren there. And Adelaide hold it up for a bounce down. See, this is critical, Bernie, because the Crows are great at getting a run on a footy park, and if Melbourne can just hang on here in the next 4 or 5 minutes and be with them a quarter time, we'll have a tremendous contest.
Yeah, very important that.
Schwartz went high. McGuinness on his wrong side. Charles with him. Gilbert's hip and shoulder got rid of McGuinness. Scott Lee in the back pocket just rubs it along about 5 metres. Must love it being back. Played a consecutive number of games. It was about 60 at one stage before being injured, and now has missed from round 3 until this match, now back in the Crows senior side.
McDermott gets a kick across his body down towards the wing. Lip tack. In goes Tingay fiercely for the football. Can't control it. Graham Corns with his deputy there, Michael Taylor. And just checking the positioning of the players on the magnetic board, and the umpire calls for another bounce. So pretty tight first quarter so far. 2-2 to a goal. Goals for Adelaide coming from Rashuto and Wiedemann. For Melbourne, David Schwartz. McDermott, lovely hand pass out into the path of Tregenza, on to Jamison. Jamison's kick is a beauty. He finds Rashuto. Now he's too far out to score. He kicks to a leading Modra. Brilliant kick, brilliant lead. It's the timing of the lead and the kick that was perfect footing.
Certainly was, Robbo. And Rashuto featuring in 2 very good passages of play. That pass just spot on to Modra, and also that left foot goal he kicked. The way he curled that back was quite magnificent.
Well, Modra really should kick this. In striving for the distance, it lacks accuracy, and it goes through for his second behind. So still the champion full forward goalless. We've got 6.5 minutes left in the first term.
He did kick 2-7 a couple of weeks ago against Collingwood. So maybe his accuracy has deserted him over the last few weeks.
Actually, I did say at the start of the match that their confidence would be down, the Crows, after playing against Collingwood, but it was North Melbourne, Bruce, they played last week, wasn't it, over in Melbourne, and they were slaughtered.
Sure, we're at Cockers Oval. Singo's long ball, good mark by Chalmers. He's got 3 Crows out wide, all screaming for it, decides to handball, gets it to Wellman. Schwartz tries to run him down. Wellman up to half forward. Rashuto, one hand, but the contest was good because Melbourne had numbers. Road concedes back to Yates. Yates round the body, under pressure, close to the line. Bounces in. Tingay's got to take Tregenza on. Holding the ball.
There's no attempt made by Tingay. He was just hoping that the boundary line would save him.
Tregenza about 75 metres away from goal. Modra provides an early lead and then sits back. Now Modra goes to the pocket. Tregenza goes in that direction and gets him. Too far out, you would think, about 55 metres away.
We should give Tregenza a little bit of credit there, Bruce. It's one of the parts of his game that people criticise him for. The defensive side, that was a great tackle.
Modra's kick right to the goal square. Pittman, Rashuto at the back, lip tap. Didn't get his foot to it.
There was a chance here, wasn't there, Bruce?
Sure was.
That first attempt by Liptak, had he been able to get his boot to the ball. Unfortunately, he missed it.
Real onslaught by the Crows, but they're not converting on the board at 2-4 to a goal.
Down under 6 minutes left now in the first quarter. Peter Rowe to kick it in for the Demons. Decides now to go long, and it's well outside 50 metres. Steins couldn't take the mark. Went up with one hand. It goes back to Tregenza. Off to Jarman. Uses the ball. Well, it was a bit severe in the finish for McDermott. Kick off the ground by Kripke. Goes back in the wing. Charles, well done. Made a real good contest of it with Maynard. Spinning out of trouble. Pretty ordinary kick in the finish, though. Up in the direction of Yates. In goes Rashuto. Taps it back, lip tap. Oh, look at McGuinness. Magnificent Tony McGuinness. That was sensational football by Tony McGuinness. Adelaide 3-4, Melbourne a goal.
Absolutely brilliant by Tony McGuinness. Let's have a look at this in replay. He's in all sorts of trouble here across half forward. Yates trying to get the ball out in front. Rashuto has been very busy for Adelaide so far, just tapping it on. The hand pass coming from Liptak, spinning out of trouble and curling it back magnificently. Tony McGuinness, great stuff.
There's like an eruption here after that 3-4 to a goal. McGuinness and Rashuto kicking spectacular goals for the Crows in this opening term. Brett Lover got it from Tregenza. Well, the Mickey McGuan fans back in Melbourne are turning in their grave, Robbo, to suggest that was the goal of the year.
Well, you can get a bit carried away here at Football Park, Bruce.
Norwich out wide goes to Steins. At centre wing, the Demons need a goal before quarter time.
He's got some strapping on the knee and the thigh.
Wouldn't back him in the mounting yard of Flemington, Robbo, to centre half forward. Maynard in the front spot takes the mark.
Doing well across half back, Maynard, Chalmers. And Ben Hart.
Very short to Wellman. Most of the Melbourne players have stopped for the moment. Wellman away from half-back towards centre wing. Steins thumps it away. Wiedemann, well played, but caught up by Viney. Jarman, McGuinness, spins and weaves. Little pass okay to Liptak. Crows are on a roll. Back to McGuinness. Goes long. Modra the chance. Still with Modra. Off the ground. Free kick to Modra in the pocket.
Yeah, he was being held, there's no doubt about that. A free kick was there, Tony Modra held when he didn't have possession of it, knocked it out in front of him. There he is, held by Graham Yates for a long time and well spotted there by the umpire. It wasn't too hard to spot, in fact. It was a pretty obvious free kick.
Wiedemann and Rashudo very important early. Wiedemann to break the tackle and get the ball to Jarman to set it up for them early.
Gee, that was inspirational, wasn't it, by Wiedemann?
Well, Modra needs to kick this for his own confidence. Only 20 metres out. Looks good as a goal. Well, you get the feeling, Romo, at 4-4 to a goal, early days yet. But the Crows have started well.
It's not looking too good for the Demons at the moment, but don't worry, Demon supporters, I wouldn't write them off just yet, because as I said, the breeze is certainly favouring slightly the end to which Adelaide is kicking. 49 goals now to Tony Modra for the season, 199 career goals. There's a free kick again against Graham Yates, back in the Melbourne side this week.
28 plays 6 under 4 minutes left. Steins and Wren. Rouvray, ball rebounds, taken away by Matthew Phoebe. He's kicked towards centre-half forward, should be paid, it is the finish. Gary Lyon got his hands on it. And it was knocked away by Jamison. You wonder sometimes, Bernie, whether that should be paid. What do you think of that?
I think it was. Yeah, I think he did have the mark and it was knocked away just fractionally after he'd taken it.
Okay, Gary Lyon from directly in front. Makes no mistake, Melbourne get their second. But Gary Lyon kicks his first goal. David Schwartz has kicked a goal for Melbourne. And the Demons trail 12-28.
It's one that Melbourne needed. Just to keep in touch with Adelaide at the moment. There, the kick rebounding off Sean Wren. Gary Lyon, definite mark there, no doubt about that. Jamison getting in there late and knocking it out of his hands. Gary Lyon now with 29 goals for the season. Terrific last week against Carlton, played a magnificent game across half forward.
Well, you can see the time remaining in the first term. Adelaide have kicked 4-4, Melbourne have kicked 2 goals. Centre bounce, break, Jarman. Matthew Phoebe. Oh, he's down by Rashudo. That's a free kick. It was a solid goal, but it was in the back.
Yeah, poor tackle by Rashudo.
Melbourne get the ball clear. It's Tingay. He's on centre wing. He's forced to kick high. Not really what the forwards look for. It goes straight through Jamison and Gary Lyon. Back goes Rouvray. Tackled by Lyon. Ball spills over for a throw-in.
Good solid tackle there by Gary Lyon. Showed how it should be done.
Just under 3 minutes remaining in the opening term. Adelaide by 16 points. They've had 8 scoring shots to 2. Schwartz and Lyon, the goal scorers for the Demons. Lyon gives Charles a chance. McGuinness puts some pressure on. Charles well played. Good kick too, right to the square. Schwartz getting back one-hander. Unable to go. Good kick to Schwartz. Been held on to. Most unhappy about it.
The umpire was in the perfect position. He was just off to the left there, Bruce. You don't see him. I don't think.
It's pretty hard for us to see from that angle also. A very, very tough angle to pick it from for us.
Schwartz to kick his second. Melbourne's third. Straight through again. Good effort this by the Demons. They look like they could be crushed early at 4-4 to a goal, and they've kicked 2 goals now. Ben Hart still talking to the umpire.
Yes, well, let's have a look at it again. Gary Lyon there getting the hand pass over. This was magnificent play by Sean Charles. Slipping over, got to his feet very quickly. He is a very promising player. Delivered it long into the forward line. Maybe Hart momentarily, well, I think he may have been hanging onto the right arm of Schwartz there. Pretty hard to see, as I said, from this angle.
Well, you don't often see an umpire blow his whistle and change his mind, Bernie, so
exactly.
You can do all the bluing you like. The free kick's there and the goal's there for Melbourne. Andrew Jarman tries to get it clear. Tingay it is for the Demons. A handball wide. Matthew Phoebe had to wait and then gave a hospital one to Jimmy Steins. He's able to get it to Tingay with quick hands. Phoebe again gets it back to Tingay. Tingay's kick up to the 50-metre line. Demons into attack. Schwartz nearly get it again. Neats a little kick down the boundary line and it rolls over for a throw-in the right forward pocket for Melbourne. Demons a chance to score before quarter time. Plenty of Crows fans here, but I'm sure there's a lot of Melbourne fans watching this on television. Back there in Victoria, Wren doing the ruck work with Doyle. Schwartz gets into the action. Ball spills, McDermott working overtime. Wren gets the handball clear. Tregenza, Maynard tackled by Neats. And his fellow teammate there in Sean Charles. And the umpire can do nothing but bounce at centre half forward for Melbourne. Rodney Maynard last up on his feet. And the ruckman to go at it once again. Doyle gets it down. Not to one of his men. And the umpire will be forced to bounce it once again. 4 goals for Adelaide. Melbourne have kicked 3 straight. Gary Lyon has kicked 1. Schwartz has kicked 2. Neats up high. Takes the ball out of the air. Couldn't get through. Chalmers can't get through. Wellman endeavouring to break clear. And the umpire forced to bounce it. In pretty much the same spot. 3 in a row. Centre half forward for the Demons.
Wren and Doyle. Doyle front spot for the moment. Lyon tries to barge his way through. Jamison, McDermott on the bottom of it. Holding the footy against McDermott. He's got the brightness.
How did the pick something out like that? He just got frustrated because he bounced it 3 times. If he bounces it again, it's 4 times the same spot.
Well, it's pretty high, that's it, wouldn't it?
That is a tough call, isn't it? It's a very tough call.
He would be one of the most honest blokes playing the game, Chris McDermott, as far as his endeavours are concerned.
Needs to kick the goal from centre half forward. In the dying seconds of the opening term, goes with a long one. It's not a bad kick. It's right there. It's a goal. Well, what an explosive finish to the opening term. Demon fans back home would love that. McDermott spitting chips, and Melbourne have gathered some momentum in the last 5 minutes. They've come from 4-4 to a goal to 4-4 to 4. Boy, have we got a game at Footy Park.
Turn a burger into a fun-filled family holiday aboard P&O's Fair Star. Play, McMatch and win with Disney Video Stars. Collect your game cards with any burger or muffin purchase, scratch and match these Disney Video Stars, or win instantly.
That's new. That's the new.
Don Johnson hits rock bottom. Marriage number 8 busts up for Liz. Well, at least diamonds are forever. The mum who was given donor blood and a death sentence tells her tragic story. Okay, which flaky twin has a $350 face and which has the $46 face? And how to make your hormones work for you. A free guide which could change your life. Good skin, good moods, better sex drive.
That's the new week.
But wait, there's more. More energy.
Ian Berry Insurance Brokers arrange all types of insurance for all types of businesses. If you're self-employed or run a large corporation, no business is too small or too big. Phone Ian Berry Insurance Brokers to arrange a competitive, value-for-money quote on your insurance.
I know this probably sounds a bit silly, but...
No, go on.
Well, the car's sort of going, I don't know, conquered.
Uh-huh. Would that be a fast conqueror, or a slower conqueror?
Yeah, like that.
My husband thinks I'm crazy, but I can hear these rumbling noises.
What, sort of...
Yes.
From the engine or the wheels?
The wheels.
Front or back?
Back. You believe me?
I believe we should check it out.
UltraTune. In tune with you and your car.
The stock take sale is on again at Kmart with thousands of discounted discounts. Not tens, not hundreds, but thousands of discounted discounts store-wide all this week. The stock take sale, all this week and only at Kmart.
Look! The Peter Shearer stock take sale is on now.
Look at this.
Flair and Paul Mason suits now only $149.
Look at that.
Pierre Cardin, Bossini and Park Avenue down to $249. Friedman and Bossini sports coats only $199. Leather jackets from $199. Famous knits from $79.95. Plus trousers, shirts and jackets at incredible stock take savings.
Yeah, for the man who goes by the name
Peter Shearer's big stock take sale is on right now. If you miss out, you'll kick yourself. Monday.
Hey Dad, how about taking your daughter to work for a day?
Inside this cell, Christina, we handle then the radioactive material.
Open her eyes to new horizons.
Right, Kel, what you got to do is grab hold of it, love.
What better gift to give your little girl than a day to build a dream on?
I thought it'd be fun, and it was.
Plus, an urgent warning to home handyman.
There's going to be a lot of people get cooked out of this.
Sawdust that can kill.
Picture maybe?
That's real life. 6:30 Monday.
Modra, McGuinness, Rashuto, Wiedemann, the goal scorers for Adelaide. Rashuto and McGuinness were outstanding goals. Schwartz has got a couple for the Demons along with Lyon and Neitz. It's 4-4 to 4 goals. A reminder about the great video. Name a game. For a catalogue of the games, ring 008 035 665. The big grand finals, the big marks, great goals from Australian football video. Neil Curley on the boundary line. Adelaide seemed to cop a bad blow at the end there with the free kick against McDermott, but the big swing around in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, full credit to Melbourne. Like the Crows, their enthusiasm and momentum and desire in that first, say, 20 minutes was fantastic. Something that we haven't seen from them for about 3 to 4 weeks. But then Melbourne stuck out and they turned the game around those last 5 minutes with 3 valuable goals. One I thought was a little fortunate. I didn't think it was there, but that's the way the umpire saw it. So good luck to Melbourne. But this game, it looked like a tremendous amount to offer in this game of footy, because I can see that every player out on the ground, both Crows and Melbourne, are totally committed to winning this footy match. There's going to be a lot of hard physical clashes, and there's going to be a lot of players have to lay their courage on the line.
Get the feeling you're enjoying the night, Neil.
It's fantastic down here, Bruce.
The Knuckles. Well, we had another look at McDermott as Curls was speaking. It did look pretty stiff, didn't it?
It was a very, very tough decision. Well, McDermott was the only player prepared to get in and get the ball for a start, and then there was a free kick over the top from Viney in the back.
But why give the guy a chance to kick a goal? That's the critical thing.
Start of the second term at Footy Park. 4-4 to 4 goals. Bit of a grand final this, you'd reckon. For the loser, it will be very hard to come back in this topsy-turvy season. Jarman laid it off for McGuinness, who got good distance on his right foot. It looks like Gilbert's gone back to the back line. White tried to ride Mail. Well played by little Mail, the 19-year-old. Phoebe. McDermott's handball mislipped. Oh, tough and hard early. Terrific opening of the second term.
A bit of fiddling, Bruce, I think, crept into it after that last free kick. Just before the quarter-time siren, but gee, there's some ferocious tackling there by both sides.
Mail did well, didn't he, to hold up White, who was charging through at a Bullergate. Inside the 50 for the Crows. Doyle went with Wren. Any positional changes, Bernie?
Yes, Djakovic on for Melbourne, and as you called, Phil Gilbert onto the back line, and Peter rode off.
So the big move there, Djakovic is on to full forward for the Demons. Wren gets the tap, Yates taken away, Rashuto. Brought down by Gilbert, no free kick play on call.
Very fortunate there, Phil Gilbert. Hanging on to Rashuto for a long time.
These umpires will never get off the ground, Bruce, will they?
Looks like Wren might be at centre-half forward too, Bernie, with Pittman on the ball.
Well, umpire was Primke and got his hands to it. Matthew Phoebe gets it across to Yates. It went straight through Graham Yates' hands. And eventually, Wiedemann with the footy.
Rashuto was very busy in that first quarter, and obviously Neil Barn very worried about him, so Gilbert's gone back to pick him up. Peter rode off the ground. He played in the reserves last week.
Well, I think what Neil Curley said at quarter time was appropriate. It's going to be a really good top tussle, this game of football. Melbourne always renowned for giving 100%, and the Crows look pretty pumped as well. Wren, determination written over his face. Back there, Stephen Phoebe sees it over. And we'll have a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for Adelaide.
Hit outs at the moment, 14 to Adelaide, 7 to Melbourne. The height difference there, Wren, just a big advantage with him in that height advantage over Doyle.
Rosie's right foot at the foot and make it the goal. No, he's missed. Actually, that must have been close. It was kicked very quickly and severely by Wren, and the goal umpire had to run across quickly. But he decided in the finish that it was just a behind to the Crows. 4-5, and the Demons are 4 straight.
Yates will bring her back in. He too, like Rowe, played in the reserves last week. He's bounced back. Played in the first 10 games this year for the Demons. Goes long and wide, out to half-back. Steins the target. Wellman went with him with Wren. Norrish, handball over the top. Glenn Lovett goes back to Steins. Steins a little one to Tingay. Controlled that Steins very well. Tingay's handball went to himself. Line, trying to nick one. Jamison was able to cut it off, but they've conceded a fair bit of ground, the Crows. Norrish after it again. The tackle on him, pretty good by Pittman. Still in play and now out, and a throw in at right half forward for Melbourne.
They may have to use Jimmy Steins a bit more, Melbourne, at the moment, because really Doyle's just lacking in inches there. Is Jimmy Steins now doing the ruck work.
With Pittman, who is having a run on the ball. Quick kick by Jamison. Liptak leads in the race. Little handball to McDermott. Not a good handball by McDermott. Rouvray spins. Lopes away. Goes out wide on the left. Rashudo and Gilbert. Gilbert, Rashudo, free kick Gilbert. By on advantage Yates.
Played that well, Gilbert.
But out of bounds on the ball.
Well, accordingly, that should come back, shouldn't it? Because it's not to Melbourne's advantage.
Well, I suppose, Robbo, once the umpire has called advantage, he's not to know what the player's going to do with the ball, with his kicking.
McGuinness from centre wing goes with a high one to fall forward.
And it's well within scoring distance now for the Crows. Sean Wren, well, his attempt there was stymied a little bit by, looks like Liptak, that may have dragged that back in. And the umpire forced to bounce in the left forward pocket for Adelaide. Early in the second term, the Crows lead by 5 points. Doyle and Wren. Wren tries to get a backhand to it. Ineffective. And again, the umpire surely will be forced to ball this in the air again.
Yep. It's like World Championship Wrestling, isn't it, at the moment? It's very tough to get a kick by yourself.
I think the players appreciate the importance of this game. Wren. Oh, gee, there's some strength in that body. He really stands his ground quite well, Sean Wren. And he's got the free kick. Umpire deeming that he was interfered with in the ruck contest. Doyle not protesting all that much. We'll have another look. And he does grab hold of Sean Wren's left arm. So Wren goes for goal from about 40 metres out. It goes across the face and through for another behind to Adelaide. 4-6 plays the Demons, who are 4 goals straight. So the advantage for the Crows is 6 points. And it's just early doors in the second quarter here at Football Park.
White is wide on the boundary for Stephen Phoebe on this side, but Phoebe looks as if he might go in the Steins direction. Down the centre, Steins may not quite get there. He was at the back. Doyle's mark good. Viney runs off him with a bounce. McDermott in pursuit. Viney, the best at the club last year, goes to half forward. Jakovic, first contest. Ben Hart on him. Jamison, a good take in the conditions. Left foot not too far. Gary Lyon, highly skilled, just taps it forward. Jamison, Tregenza, Charles still in play. Still with it, Charles, and it's going to be a bounce at half forward for the Demons. McDermott just clapping the umpire sarcastically there, saying, well, perhaps all the decisions tonight haven't been right. Can't quite read from here. I'm making all that up. Pittman. Handball by Maynard. Tregenza. Quick kick under pressure. Good body by Wellman. Liptak uses McGuinness and then did the shepherding. Very good footy. Wiedemann should have taken the mark. Brett Lovett's handball. Back to Steins. The little give under pressure. Gave the Melbourne play a little chance. It'll be a ball in, will it? And centre wing.
Bad hand pass by Jimmy Steins.
Well, it was a good head pass, but the bloke
he was surrounded.
He was going to get away.
Surrounded. There was 3 Adelaide players around him.
Oh, dear me. I don't know who got the biggest shock there. Wiedemann underneath all of this. Steins the tackler. The ball spills now for Tingay. He can't break clear. Andrew Jarman doing some good work there for the Crows. And again, the umpire will be forced to bounce. Pittman, number 15 there for the Crows. Jimmy Steins, his opponent in this ruck duel. Both of them got severe strapping on their right knees. Wiedemann, Steins gets it out into the open anyway. McDermott well tackled. Ball there with Jamison. Tingay was good. Wiedemann tries to get it clear. Now Melbourne may get a clearance. No, in goes Liptak. Now the ball spills for Rouvray. Rouvray throws the left foot at the football. McGuinness a gather. Gets back onto that favoured left foot. Then the little kick. And finds Mail. The 2-8s are playing on each other. Josh Mail and Graham Yates. Mail into the forward pocket area. Coming out Modra. And the marker's eventually taken by Sean White in that right back pocket. He takes the risk of shocking kick. Terrible kick. Wren, equally as bad, missed the whole lot.
Well, thank goodness Sean White would be thinking, what a shocker. He must have kicked the ground. There was a player on, there was no worries about that, but the kick, the execution of that from both players, very ordinary.
Wren and Steins, Rashudo, well played, left foot for goal. Misses. 4-7 to 4 goals.
You wonder how he can kick such a brilliant goal down the other end off the left foot further out and miss that one.
Well, Wren's had 3 shots at goal in this term. Rashudo won there, but interestingly, Graham Corns obviously thinking that Modra's not only the key now, needing some firepower up forward with Wren and Rashudo, 2 of his very best players, been asked to play a role on the forward line in this term, and he'd be wanting goals from them as Viney goes to centre wing.
And a good mark taken by Wiedemann.
He's been good, Bruce. Coming in for kick number 4, that's his first mark.
His kick goes short. Good positioning there by Rouvray. He runs away, inside 50, goes for goal. And it's the post. Well, what a fantastic sight that was. Had a player having a shot for goal. The camera worked right on that footy. And you followed it all the way to the left goal post, of which it hit 4-8 Adelaide, 4 goals Melbourne.
Again, the danger here for Adelaide, dominating on the field but not on the scoreboard. And a goal by Melbourne, and we're all square again, aren't we?
Too true. Gilbert it is with the football, and he decides then to go straight down the ground. A good long kick in towards the centre. It's taken by Glenn Lovett. Ball now with Tingay. Tingay goes wider still. Pripke in the middle of the action. Underneath that, Tregenza. And the umpire forced to bounce once again. Well, I would say we've had nearly a record for a game of football in such a short time for ball-ups.
Yep, certainly. It was very tight like this yesterday. North Melbourne and Richmond. That first quarter was goalless from both sides. And very similar conditions here.
Steins, Tingay, Charles. Under pressure, Pittman didn't go 10. Steins has got hold of him, and it's going to be another bounce down. I love Dennis Cometti's comment at quarter time yesterday. It's like the World Cup 4-1, didn't he? 4 points to 1. Richmond and North Melbourne. Pittman and Steins again. Pittman wins the tackle. Lip tackle. Overruns it. He can be a bit loose on occasions. Charles. Handball very good to Glenn Lovett, a former best and fairest at the club a couple of years ago. Schwartz in the front spot. Wellman. Line missed it. Jamison under pressure. Wellman. He broke the tackle by Phoebe and sweeps the handball out to Chalmers. Chalmers in slow motion goes bang with a long one. Modra at the back. White there. The ball goes to ground. Handball under pressure. McGuinness in the box here to kick a goal. Goes to Bale in the pocket. Left foot snap is a shocker. It's out on the full. And I just fancied McGuinness had half a hope there on his left.
He did, and the kick there from Josh Mayle really needed to be a centering kick. It was a very low percentage kick, that shot at goal from him.
Well, it's amazing. If there's an advantage going down to the left-hand end, Melbourne, I don't think they've crossed the centre. They may have got as far as Schwartz on 2 occasions, but certainly no further. And the quarter, well, it's nearly half over.
Well, as Bruce said, the danger is that Adelaide dominating the actual play, and yet they can't put it on the scoreboard.
Boundary throw in, just slightly forward of centre wing in Adelaide's attacking half. Liptak underneath there, going absolutely nowhere, Matthew Liptak, and the umpire will be forced to bounce. Probably 2 kicks from the Crows' goal. Steins and Pittman, no free kick.
No.
Well, Jimmy Steins will be bluing about that. Glenn Lovett tries to get clear. Steins eventually to Brett Lovett into a vacant centre area. Now there's crunches on. Charles, very well done, gets the handball. Oh, what was Doyle trying to do there? There was no room at all for that hand pass. He could see his teammate, but it just wasn't going to get that far. Greg Doyle picks himself up. The umpire bounce once again near the centre circle. Tap out, ball rebounds for Wellman. Kick goes high in the air. Centre half forward for the Crows. Free kick against Pripke, and it'll be taken by Sean Wren on the 50-metre line. Wiedemann's on. Short kick. And it's not too bad. The mark has been taken there by Wiedemann. Now, it's not that much closer to goal, but behind a long bomb at them, Wayne Wiedemann.
Wayne Wiedemann's already kicked one goal. He'll be kicking from just on the 50 metres.
And off the left foot, the long kick to the goal line. The ball's still there. Modra, McGuinness, close to the line, tries the check side puck kick, goes across the face, and it's upped over by Jimmy Steins. And Sean Wren for a throw in the right forward pocket for the Crows.
Well done by Jimmy. He's moving much better than he was last week. Certainly was a liability going into that game half fit with that medial ligament problem last week against Carlton.
Crows by 8 points. Mail tries to break the tackle. Back to McGuinness. The ball is getting a bit slippery. It's going to get down to 7 degrees in Adelaide tonight by the end of this match. And it's going to be dewy. The grass is quite long at Football Park. Ball will be hard to handle. 4-8 to 4 goals. Rashudo, Liptak, McDermott conceding ground. Had the strength to hold it up. Mail to Jarman. Jarman squeezes one out. White and Modra. White attacks and Modra puts the tackle on. White goes to ground. And they got him. Yes, hold the ball.
I really think that's the one of the difference. There was nothing all the play there, Sean White. Here we see it again in replay. Terrific tackle by Modra, brought to the ground. Sean White was quick to regain his feet. It spills underneath him. What really could he do there?
Liptak's kick right there. Gilbert at the back punches it through. Rush through for another behind. Crows are 4 goals, 9. The Demons 4 goals. Adelaide led 4-4 to a goal late in the opening term. And Melbourne kicked 3 goals in the last 6 or 7 minutes of that quarter to bounce right back. Brett Lovett to bounce it back into play.
Well, they haven't been successful at getting the ball clear of the Adelaide Crows forward line, but they may be here. Yates has got the football. He goes wide, looking for Schwartz. Out there is Chalmers. His tap on was good. Tregenza, short kick, looking there for Liptak, but Rashudo was there to help him out. Rashudo's kick towards full forward. Sean White and Modra. In there, Wiedemann. Ball spills. Opportunity for McGuinness. Oh, gee whiz, it's tight there on that Crows forward line. Demons working overtime to clear the football, having not much success so far in this second term.
Well, the criticism of the Crows the last few weeks has been that they haven't been fierce enough at the ball. That certainly changed tonight.
Steins tries to get the tap down. It's taken by Rouvray. Left foot snap by Rouvray. Just over Sean White's head for a behind.
2 behinds now to Rouvray.
Well, it's a real struggle. I mean, what would Neil Baum do? I mean, their defence is working well, but it's around about the middle of the ground. They just can't get it past there to give their forwards an opportunity.
Midfield, they're being cut to pieces.
Stephen Phoebe straight down the centre. Tingay the target. Good grab by Ring. Off to Tregenza. Tregenza chip one. Good one to Liptak. And that wall that Adelaide has created across the centre line, working to effect there. Wren's been a good player, hasn't he, at centre-half forward in this term?
He's worrying with that height. Sean ran above Greg Doyle. They really need Jimmy Steins to stand up.
Liptak's kicked the goal.
Magna V6 with ABS and driver's side airbag has got safety all wrapped up. I think I can.
At Mitre 10, we can help you with all the garden tools, materials, advice, and free Mitre plans you need.
I think I can. I know I can. I think I can. I know I can.
So you can create the perfect garden.
I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can.
Yes, you can with Mitre 10.
Foodland's famous 2-for-1 sale is back. Buy 1 pack of Lane's cookies and get 1 free. Buy 1 pack of Mainland 1 sliced cheese and get 1 free. Buy 1 tub of Dairy Gold ice cream and get 1 free. Buy 1 bottle of Big Brand drinks and get 1 free. Buy 1 men's fruit and nut, peanut or sultana chocolates and get 1 free. Buy 1 4-pack of Safe toilet tissue and get 1 free. The Foodland 2-for-1 sale. Don't miss it.
Monday. 4 women locked in a web of forbidden passion. We both know what's been happening, Rose. They deceive, they desire, they betray.
You're on your own, dear.
Amanda Donahoe.
I'm not going to start lying for you.
Teresa Russell.
It's all going to fall to pieces.
And Sean B. Things we did together. Based on the sizzling bestseller.
Get out!
A story every woman will love and every man must see.
I know it's hopeless. I don't care!
Sorbent presents the television premiere, A Woman's Guide to Adultery. 8:30 Monday on 7.
7 minutes left in the second term. Adelaide get the first goal of the quarter after nearly 20 minutes. Jarman gets it down. McDermott and McGuinness. McGuinness couldn't clear the centre area, and the umpire will have to repeat the dose and bounce it. Demons really struggling to get the ball forward. They've got some key players up in the full forward area. Neitz and Lyon and Schwartz. Now Schwartz has got a chance. Gives a sweeping hand pass to Norrish. Norrish goes wide to Tingay. What can Tingay do? He bombs away high in towards full forward. Neitz, but getting back was Wilgrave. Ball spills down for Lee. Lee's hand pass. Excellent. Wellman straight down the ground. Jimmy Steins couldn't reach the football. Lee comes straight. Sweeping hand pass. Wider still. Opportunity now for Pittman. Pittman goes in towards full forward. Wright misses it. Goes to Modra. Brilliant kicker. Must kick a goal. Tony Modra. Modra's now kicked 2 goals. And the Crows get their second for the term. And the gap widens. 22 points the advantage for Adelaide.
Yes, he showed explosive pace there, Tony Modra. Hit very happily there by Paul Kripke. He would have had another kick, I'm sure. The umpire going in to have a look at the result there, but Tony Modra putting it right through the middle. Terrific play by Modra.
He's an athlete, isn't he? His pick up on the run, acceleration.
That pace was quite amazing, explosive.
Well, a gap suddenly is opened. 6-10 to 4 goals. The Demons needing a couple before half-time. Steins went down on hands and knees for the moment. McGuinness, Phoebe out of the centre. Glenn Lovett, round the body, high ball, not going very far. Up to half forward, Lyon got a bad bounce. He's got to get into the game for the Demons. Next, down below to the top. Matthew Phoebe inside scoring range. Awkward looking kick across the face of goal. Ben Hart getting back. Doesn't concede. Comes away and finds Rodney Maynard. Maynard squeezes a shot on the lead. Gee, Hart, Maynard, Lee. You've said that over the last couple of years a few times in defence. Pittman to McGuinness running. McGuinness at centre wing to half forward. Red ricochets away. Steins, high one over the top. Rashudo. Free kick to Steins. Pilkey and Rashudo wanting to go on with it. Feel a bit for Jakovic at the moment too, Bernie.
Yes,
didn't get crack at it in the first quarter and hasn't got a sniff in this term.
No, well, it's just not getting down there, Bruce. He hasn't had any opportunities.
Well, Pripke gets the ball to Glenn Lovett. Sweeping hand pass to Brett Lovett. Brett Lovett's quick kick up towards full forward. Good mark, Jakovic.
Well, that's just about his first opportunity. Speak about Jakovic. And of course, he's Melbourne's leading goal kicker over the last 3 years. Alan Jakovic, playing at full forward, has kicked 34 goals for the season, but has only kicked 11 in his last 5 games.
Just thinking that, Lyon and Neitz and Jakovic weren't getting a chance, were they?
No, they certainly haven't been playing any part in this game in this second term, mainly because the ball's been on Adelaide's forward line right throughout.
Perhaps a run on the ball for Gary Lyon wouldn't go astray for the Demons to throw it around a little bit as Jakovic goes for goal. It's a pretty good kick by Alan Jakovic. He kicks his first goal. So the Demons hit back. They've now got 5 goals straight, but they still trail by 16 points with 4 minutes left.
Unfortunately, Robbo, they've been pretty accurate in front of goal. 5 goals straight really has kept them in the game. 16 points behind. Adelaide certainly has controlled this match. They've found their endeavour back here at Football Park. As we see Jakovic have this shot from about the 50-metre mark. Terrific kick for goal is Alan Jakovic.
6-10 to 5 goals. Modra Jakovic, the latest goal scorers in this match. The two excitement full forwards. Lyon, Maynard, held up by Neitz, I think it was, and it's going to be a bounce just inside 50. And the Demons did this in the opening term, outplayed completely, bounced back with 3 late goals, but they've got one back and trailed by 16 points. Another one before half-time would bring it right back. Pittman sets himself, Neitz over the top, McGuinness. Charles tried to smother it off the boot. McGuinness, did he get a shot in the back? He did. It'll be a free kick to the Adelaide Rover from half-back.
And 50 metres against Sean Charles for not giving the ball back to Tony McGuinness. Sloppy play from the Melbourne forward.
Well, certainly when it was within goal-scoring distance for his teammates. McGuinness now goes in towards the centre of the ground with that advantage and kicks up near the 50-metre line. The high flyers, no one can take the mark. The ball at the bottom there with Maynard. Wiedemann, hand pass a bit too severe there for Pittman, but he shows courage and goes after it once again. Norrish appealing for the free kick. Nothing happening, so the umpire will bounce. Just forward of the wing for the Crows, 6-10 to 5 goals. Modra's kicked 2 for Adelaide, and David Schwartz has kicked 2 for Melbourne. Kick forward there by Stephen Phoebe. Gets good distance too, up towards half forward. Chance for Lyon. Looks as though he may be struggling with a certain restriction. Now with Neitz. Well tackled by Lee. Ball spills for Jamison. Jamison kicks down the boundary line. Very well done. And he finds Roubre. Roubre's kick up near centre half forward. It goes through all the players contesting the mark. Kicked off the ground by Primke. And it goes over for a boundary throw in. Demons making a change. Doyle
coming off. He's injured. And Sullivan coming on, limping off. It looks like Doyle may have done a thigh.
Well, you won't have to worry about the height advantage now because Doyle on the interchange bench. The Demons have to go with Jimmy Steins in the ruck. And he's back there at half-back trying to defend for Melbourne. The ball spills for Yates. He's got his hand on it. Andrew Jarman forced it free. Mail couldn't get clear. Matthew Phoebe underneath there. And still nothing happening. And Steins, Primke, Todd Viney, how did he get it? He was handed the football. And eventually, a free kick has been kept out. It will go to Melbourne at left half-back.
Well, I suppose it's only been really a matter of time before this erupted. Things have been so tight and so close. And this between Wiedemann and Viney, the players that aren't all that happy with themselves.
Well, you've got to be a bit careful in that situation. If you've got the football and it goes the other way, all of a sudden it's a kick for goal for the Crows as Mail takes his place on the interchange bench and Brown has a run for the Crows. It's Viney's kick back near the wing.
Lyon there with Jamison. Roubre runs it to the boundary line and runs it out of play. Just missed by Lyon. The Victorian captain, he led the Vicks here in that memorable State of Origin match. Gee, I'm glad he missed him. Centre wing, Jamison to half forward, Brett Lovett in front of Wiedemann. Still a minute and a half remaining in this opening half. Stein swings a handball. A goal either way here will be pretty significant if one can get the goal. Primke up to half forward. Schwartz was run underneath it. Sullivan on for the first time with a bit of pace. Goes to ground. Lee behind him. Maynard. Handball over the top. Chalmers out of play at half forward. So the Demons have still got time to kick a late goal. They trail 5 straight. They've kicked to 6-10.
86 kicks to 62 in favour of Adelaide, 55 handballs to 49 and 24 marks to 18. So the stats all in favour of Adelaide.
It's their pattern, isn't it, Sir Robbo? Lots of touches, not always converted on the scoreboard. Yates, now McGuinness.
McGuinness from left half-back, kicks it high down towards the wing. Yes, a great effort by Wren. Geez, a great player. And he gets the handball away to Brown. Brown has a good look and then delivers into the pocket, out in front of Modra. Little kick there by White, but it's Brett Lovett. Matthew Phoebe caught by Wiedemann, bashed clear by Sean White, and eventually taken over. Gee whiz, Tingo could have nearly got a free kick there. He looked back, and he does receive it. Lip tack, holding on and riding that player to the ground. Well, only half a minute left, so Tingay kicks it across the half-back line. Primke, now Sean White, goes for the safety of a quick kick. Demons a chance here. Ball gathered by Norris. Decides on one bounce and then kicks up near the 50-metre line. Schwartz the high flyer. The ball spills. Maynard to tidy up. Wellman misses it. Back goes Scott Lee. A quick kick by that player. It's been marked by Norris. Well, the siren has sounded and it's half-time at Football Park and the Crows lead 6-10 to 5 goals straight.
Turn a burger into a brand new, fully imported Nissan Pulsar Q. Play Muck Match and win with Disney Video Stars. Collect your game cards with any burger or muffin purchase, scratch and match these Disney Video Stars, or win instantly.
To win, you need great teamwork and the best resources. And Telecom's got both.
Telecom employs well over 4,000 South Australians.
And they're 100% Australian owned.
So give your vote to the team that supports both the Crows and South Australia. Telecom, kicking goals for Australia.
Travelling all day since the job got done, heading like an arrow for the setting sun. Another day to go before you ease the load, and the nearest cold draft 1,000 K down the road. But then you hear a whistle. Geez, that sounds like Steve-O. Nah, what would your mates be doing out here? Bringing your West End draft?
Yeah, the best end of the day is the West end of the day. Yeah, hard day's draft got the first in hard. When your mates drop it, have a beer, have a grin. 'Cause the best end of the day is the West end of the day.
At ANZ, we know how busy most people are. And we know how much people hate waiting in queues. So now we've introduced a more efficient system, which provides more tellers for busier times of the day, and fewer for when things get quiet again. And now, we're the only bank that guarantees you won't wait more than 5 minutes for a teller. And that applies to all our branches. So if you aren't an ANZ customer, what are you waiting for?
Where can a homer become your favourite rover? The excitement builds 5 tiles high in Upwards. Where can like turn into night? In Upwards. You not only build a cross and down, but up on other people's words. So you can turn a diner into a dinosaur. This can become that, and that can become this. Mad can become glad. Anything is possible in Upwards. Miles becomes files. Turn them into styles with Upwards. Upwards. It'll make your day.
7:30 Wednesday.
My wife drools in her sleep.
Jim drops a clanger.
You saw the show, huh?
Can he make up before things break up?
What does my drooling have to do with home improvement?
Well, no one likes to live in a damp house.
Home improvement. Done it ain't on Hey Dad.
Feeling lucky?
Stick around. It's your chance to win a fabulous trip for 4 to the USA.
That would be quite fun.
Watch and you could be a winner.
Gonna help me in my life, Jim.
Don't miss out.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Hey Dad after Home Improvement Wednesday on 7.
8 scoring shots to 1 in the second term, and the Crows lead at half-time, 6-10 to 5 goals. Modler with 2 goals and Schwartz with 2 for the Demons. Earlier today at the MCG, Collingwood over West Coast in an upset. Terrific last term by the Maggies. 6 goals to 2, a record last quarter haul by Collingwood. They won 18-13 to 12-12. Don Scott's in the Sports World studio tonight. Don was at the match commentating. And Don, I guess one of the surprises, not only the result, but only 27,000 at the match.
Yes, disappointing, Bruce. I wonder where they all went. Probably, as I did expect, the West Coast would really overrun Collingwood, but Collingwood played with a lot of emotion and adrenaline today, as we see here, and this is the start of the game, just after the first bounce. Have a look at Tony Shaw's face, and this was typical of Collingwood in the first half, and I thought, well, this mob are really pumped up, and they were pumped up. This is Gavin Brown, the captain. Now, he really took a risk. He got a free kick out of this. He really shouldn't have got... Well, there's the free kick, but I thought the first one might have been a little early. And here's Shaw also. Now, these efforts really did inspire the team because McGuan capitalised on that real gutsy effort by Tony Shaw. Excellent effort. And as I said earlier, it was a case of could Collingwood hang on. This young fellow here, Tranquilli, came in, played in the forward pocket, kicked 6 goals, an excellent effort. I wonder where he's been.
Well,
and can he produce next week?
Yeah, well, he's only played a couple of matches going in today, and Brett Heady also had a very good haul, didn't he? 6 of the first 8 for West Coast.
Well, that's right, and he had 6 goals with 6 kicks, but you can't take anything away from Alan Richardson. He did particularly well as well. But the good thing was Collingwood came out with no injuries, Bruce.
Well, who are your votes, Don, for the Sports World Player of the Year?
I gave 3 to Nathan Buckley, Damien Monkhurst, and also Christian, you can see there, but you've got to give apologies to Tranquilli, Fraser and Krasiska. Hetty and Banfield were good players for West Coast.
And Don, you spoke with Buckley, didn't you, after the match?
Yeah, well, we did speak with him, but Robert DiPiedomenico was down there, Bruce.
Now, you met every challenge today the side did?
Yeah, I think after our performance last week, every bloke knew that he had to lift a bit, and there wasn't much said during the week, and there wasn't much said in the rooms before the game today, but I think there was all the blokes were quite resolute to pick up on last week's performance.
And where do you think you won the game?
I think the game was won with our style of play. I think we chipped it around a bit last week, and we kicked a lot longer this week. I think our hardness at the ball was similar to what it had been against Hawthorn and Adelaide earlier in the month, or about 4 weeks ago. So I think that's a part of the game that Collingwood sort of thrives on, but definitely our use of the ball was a lot better today.
In your own game, terrific to be playing well again?
Yeah, it feels good to play a good game, and makes you appreciate it, because after the shocker last week, you come in the rooms and you just wish you could have it all over again, but 6 days later, I think it definitely feels a lot better coming off the ground playing well.
The Big Dipper with Nathan Buckley. Thanks for that, Don. Scott, a reminder, a healthy slab of the last quarter will be played for all the Collingwood fans around Australia at the completion of this match tonight. We'll have a summary of the Footscray Sydney game after this break.
Turn a muffin into a brilliant Apple Macintosh computer with bonus software. Play Match and win with Disney Video Stars. Collect your game cards with any burger or muffin purchase, scratch and match these Disney Video Stars, or win instantly.
Aren't holidays great? If you get there. And now AAMI will help you do just that. Should you break down or have an accident away from home, we'll arrange a free rental car and emergency accommodation. It's just another service from Amy Assist, and it's free with every comprehensive policy.
Chic FX has a unique flexible head. Its twin blades and special lubricating strip can flex and curve to the exact contours of your face. So compared to other razors, Chic FX puts more of the blade edge to your skin. Chic FX, changing the face of shaving.
Broke my windscreen. Broke my windscreen. Now woe is me, what shall I do? Simply phone us, instant windscreen. And we'll fix it just like you. What's the number? What's the number? I can't stand it anymore. It's the windscreens. Is our number 132 444.
At Holden, we believe that true prestige is built into the car. The new Holden Statesman is the most luxurious and distinctive ever. It's the safest large Australian luxury car with driver's airbag standard. The all-new Holden Statesman, big V6 or optional V8. The prestige is built into the car, not added onto the price. There's nothing quite like a Holden.
Remember that call from the new phone company?
The guy spent 5 minutes giving me his pitch. I thought, terrific. Big savings on my mobile phone bills. Forget Australian owned. I'd throw that out the window if I could get big savings. So, I spent half the weekend, analysed every telecom mobile net phone bill in the place. Then I compared them to the other guy's rates. Big savings, they just weren't there. And I wasted a Saturday. And what for? Maybe save a couple of dollars, maybe not.
At Telecom Mobile Net, we thrive on the competition. To save you time, we'll prepare an analysis against our competitors' rates.
And you'd like your bill analysed and compared?
Then, you be the judge. Phone 018 018 050. Put us to the test.
The year is 1492.
I will not turn back.
And Chris Columbus is trying to keep his ship together.
I don't know how much longer I can keep it up.
From the makers of Monty Python's Life of Brian.
Could do with something hot inside me.
Julian Clary, Rick Mail and Alexi Sale.
I'm on one. I'm one too.
In the story of the explorer with a big mission.
Madam, that is no snake.
Probing his way through uncharted waters.
Bingo.
The outrageous TV first. Carry on Columbus. 8:30 Wednesday on 7.
We're in the long break at Football Park. The Crows leading the Demons 6-10 to 5 goals. In Melbourne today at the Western Oval, Footscray thrashed the Sydney Swans 2014, 134 to 9, 660. Grant got 6 and Osborne 5 and Minton Connell got 3 for the Swans. Terry Wheeler, the ex-Footscray coach at the Western Oval today. And Terry, Chris Grant particularly, a great sign for Footscray for their finals hopes.
Definitely so, Bruce. To have a full forward in form as Chris Grant is, it gives them a very good run into the game. And here in the highlights we can actually see the start that Footscray got through Richard Osborne. Grant moving very well onto the ball, extremely strong hands all day, and down to his partner in crime, Big Ilya Grigic. Bruce, this combination of Grant and Grigic is a very, very awesome one. Certainly, Sydney had very few good players on the day, Bruce. Darren Kapler was one who tried all day, Dale Lewis, perhaps Peter Philandia, matched to Tony Liberatore, but they didn't have all that much going at all. I mean, their forward line, Kickett here kicks his only goal, a big barrel just on the half-time siren, but their forward line was extremely poor. Even in this piece of play here, they had the opportunity to kick a goal in the third quarter, but muff it up. Brereton didn't reappear after half-time. He spent the game on the interchange bench from there, and even Minton Connell was on the interchange bench.
Terry, it's ironic, isn't it, that on a day where the Brereton and Osborne were both on the ground, Footscray had a chance to recruit Brereton, and they went for Osborne last year, and at least today it worked for them, Osborne getting 5 and Brereton playing little part.
It certainly did, Bruce, and he was a very valuable contributor. But this young boy, Scott West, a great goal there to finish the game off for them, and he was clearly the best player on the ground for mine, Bruce.
Well, Footscray have got a chance, Terry, with Fitzroy, Abai and then Richmond. Give us your votes for the $20,000 Challenge Bank Sports World Player of the Year.
Yes, Bruce. Chris Grant at full forward certainly was the focal point for the side with 6 goals. Simon Atkins returning into the side for the second week now and running into good form. But young Scott West, the left footer, tremendous game right throughout and was a very solid contributor all throughout the day. Bruce, after the game, I was able to catch up with young Scott West in the Footscray rooms. Scotty, congratulations, a great game of football. In the mix with Leon Cameron, Libba and Simon Atkins in the centre, where actually did you play today?
Well, it started on the wing, and we sort of interchanged between the centre, Rover, Ruck Rover, around there with Axe and Libba and Leon myself.
And who calls that, Scotty?
Axe and the senior bloke, so Axe sort of calls it. Which has probably been the biggest asset he's had since he's come back, his control of the centre and midfield.
He was very good today. I thought particularly the longer the game went, the more and more he became in charge of the game.
I think last week he got into it a bit, but this week I think he showed everyone that he's back to his true form.
Scott West with Terry Wheeler. At the Gabba today, Brisbane, aren't they on with a run? 3 of their last 4 they've won, Geelong, North Melbourne, and now the Bombers they knocked off. 17-12 to 11-15. Lynch got 5, Pios 5. And a couple of reports, Champion for Brisbane and Hardwick for Essendon. Now, Gerard Healy's votes in the $20,000 Challenge Bank Sports World Player of the Year. Great to see Alistair Lynch really contributing to the Bears. Fletcher 2 and Hamilton 1. And after the match, Matthew Campbell caught up with Alistair Lynch.
And with me is the Sports World Player of the Day, Alistair Lynch. Congratulations, Alistair. A fine game from yourself.
Thanks, Matty. I mean, it was great just to get a win the first time against Essendon in a league match.
Yeah, that's true. Now, looking at your own game, started the year at full forward, now you've moved out to centre forward and covering a lot more territory.
Yeah, I suppose when I come back from collarbone, I wasn't real fit, so I mean they had to hide me in the forward pocket, you know, next to Rog. But now, you know, the team's playing a lot better, and I'm a bit fitter, and you know, I've been on the end of some good work, especially today.
Now, the Bears have options up forward, which they may not have had in the past. Pios, yourself and Roger Merritt really makes it a three-pronged attack.
Yeah, Rog, I mean, I think Roger's going to play for another 3 years where he's going. He's playing really well. Paul Pios, the long and straight leads, I mean, he's getting, you know, a lot of grabs each game. So, I mean, they're two great options to have there.
Now, it's been a terrific month for the Bears. Of course, the one lost against West Coast, and you're obviously trying to keep that going for Collingwood next week.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't thought too much about the Collingwood game, but obviously it's a big game for us, and I mean, they're hot and cold, and we're on the way up now, so we just got to make sure we have a good contest again next week.
Well, they shut the gates today at the Gabba. They reckon there's a sellout already next week, Collingwood and Brisbane. The winners today so far, Collingwood, Footscray and Brisbane. And you've seen the best players and the goal kickers on our wrap. We take a break, second half from Footy Park after this.
That's what I want, I like. That's the thing about me, the thing about football. Better now, so much better now. Better than ever when together now. I feel alright, yeah, it's kinda nice. Alright, every night, we're together now.
Because Australia's #1 health fund is probably a lot less expensive than you think. At the end of the day, you'll feel even better.
At the John Martin Stocktake sale, we're adding value, reducing prices, taking more off, multiplying the savings and increasing the discounts. Nothing else equals the John Martin Stocktake sale. Starts tomorrow.
I will not have the first losing season in 40 years at this university.
The only thing that can save Pete Bell's job is a miracle. Behold, the miracle.
He's never been coached. He's totally raw.
Neon, please try not to step on the children.
Okay, all right. Nick Nolte and Shaquille O'Neal. Blue Chips.
Done. In most cases, we can install a new Bosch Water Wizard in just 24 hours. And you won't have to pay for 6 months. It's another great offer worth reflecting on at the gas shop from the gas company.
Now there's a delicious new treat at Hungry Jack's. They're called Big Dippers. There you go, sir. Thanks very much. Crinkled cut potato wedges cooked to perfection. Big Dippers served with your choice of 3 dips. Sour cream and chives, tangy tomato, or sweet chili. They're pretty good, aren't they? Big Dippers for a limited time at Hungry Jack's.
Fresh for you at Hungry Jack's.
Thursday was always fun night on 7, but we wanted to make it better, so we asked our supercomputer this question.
How much fun can we cram into one night? 7:30, full house. 8 o'clock, hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Hey, you guys, turn to channel 7. It was good, but we wanted more.
8:30, full frontal.
What? Wait, there's more!
9:30, the Fuzzy Towers Hour. 10:30, Denton. All new, all funny, all night.
Thursday nights on 7.
Welcome back to Football Park. Neil Curley on the boundary line. Curls, let's start with Doyle from Melbourne's point of view. Will he take his place in the second half of the Demons?
I'd be very surprised if he did. His left knee has been strained. They examined it very closely just prior to half-time, and I don't think he'll take any further part in the game, Bruce.
You saw it exactly the same way as us. Adelaide had a chance to kill it off and haven't done so?
Well, I guess a quarter of footy runs for about 28 minutes, and I'd say that the Crows had the ball forward of centre for about at least 20 minutes of that quarter and just converted a couple of goals and too many points. They could have really killed the game off. They were playing well, but the significant thing tonight in watching the Crows perform as their weak performance over the last few weeks is that their players are having a red-hot go, and that's all the coach and supporters can ask for. It doesn't matter about the result, but if the players in the side are having a red-hot go, the result will come, and we're seeing that tonight from this Crows side.
Wren made a difference at centre-half forward.
Well, Wren's a very talented player. You're looking at 6'9" there. It takes a very good centre-half back, and Primke is a good nullifier. But Wren, through his boundary work on the rucks, got his foot to the ball on, 4 occasions, but didn't score a goal.
Any late thoughts? What's your feeling here?
Well, I thought Brown may have been on a fraction earlier. I was calling him about 7 minutes before they actually put him on, because he is a very smart forward pocket player and can pinch a goal for you.
What do you mean you were calling for him? Is that true what they say about you on the boundary line? Calling the shots. Thanks, Curls.
Thank you, Bruce.
Bernie, changes?
Well, I think Primke's starting on the bench. He did play centre-half back in the first half, so it'd be interesting to see who's playing centre-half back now. Maybe, let me see, I think Neitz is back to centre-half back to the Demons. Doyle still on the bench with Peter Rode.
Jakovic at full forward, 6-10 to 5 goals, start of the second half. Wren and Steins against one another. Schwartz, who kicked 2 goals in the opening term. Tingay's handball. Steins tried one out of the air. Rouvray paves away. Good footy, gets it up towards half forward. Bit going on in the centre. Crowd right onto that. Gilbert, Rashudo well played to Brown. Brown making a bit of a meal of it, kept it in the long run, but took too long, and Yates was able to cut across and take a saving mark in front of Liptak at half-back. The veteran. On the best first-year player at Melbourne way back in 1984. Chalmers wins the tap. Tregenza, the tackle on him was good. Rashudo tries to break the tackle. Handball coming back from Chalmers. Taking forever to get rid of it. McDermott, McGuinness there. McDermott's tackle on. Then Brown on the up. Good handball to Jarman. Sidestep, good left foot pass. Okay. Gets Liptak at about 40 metres within range.
There's good use of the ball there by Jarman. Certainly around midfield, very skilled, the Adelaide Crows. Liptak's had plenty of the ball in this first half also, the first half of the game.
Starts it to the right, still going to the right. In play, through for behind 4 kicks and 9 handballs for Liptak. He kicked a goal in that second term. So the Crows at 6-11 to 5 goals.
I think, Bruce, if Melbourne were to get anything out of this match, they really need Jimmy Stites to stand up in this second half and be counted.
Yeah, I just wonder how fit he is, Bernie.
Well,
you pay the penalty if you play unfit players.
He's gone across that white line, Robbo, and there's no excuses for him now.
No, I do understand that, but it's very, very difficult when you go in with unfit players. And you can see there, he could have made up maybe another half a metre and taken that mark. But he's strapped up. We've already mentioned that in the first half, Jimmy Steins.
Well, it's about time he tested the injury to see how bad it is.
Well, he's doing the ruck work with Pittman. Over the back, McDermott couldn't break through. Liptak, Andrew Jarman overruns it and then just gets his foot to it to keep it in front of himself, and then gets a handball away for Brown. But the kick was smothered off the boot. Chance now for Viney. They're approaching half forward. Short kick. Lyon couldn't take the mark, and Jamison, well, he looked a little disappointed with that decision. The free kick will go to the Melbourne captain, Gary Lyon.
A little bit soft for free.
Gary Lyon, he's kicking towards full forward. High over the top was hard. He couldn't take the mark. Tregenza. Schwartz is there to try and hold it up for the Melbourne side, about 35 metres out from their goal. And there's the Crows' interested bench. And Ingerson, Powell. Couldn't quite catch the third one there. Mail, was it? The ruckmen go at it. Demons, well, they really haven't scored. There's Sullivan. A snapshot across the face of goal. It may go out of bounds in the opposite back pocket. No, it's tidied up there by Ben Hart. Away to Chalmers. Chalmers has got Maynard in support. Good running, good support running there by the Crows players. The ball kicked down towards the wing. taken away by Rashudo, but a free kick has been picked out of it. Was it to Wren? And he's on centre wing.
Couple of marks, half a dozen kicks, but he's had much bigger impact than the stats would suggest. Good kick to Modra and a splendid mark at full pace.
It's been a good move by the Crows, changing the two big players at centre-half forward, Wren and Pittman.
Modra to the goal square. Steins getting back, punches it through, concedes a behind. 6-12 to 5 goals. 18 scoring shots to 5.
Well, that really does tell the tale of the game, doesn't it, Bruce? Adelaide has dominated and just hasn't been able to get the goals on the board. They've had about 80% of the play, I would think.
28 more kicks, 13 more handballs and 6 more marks.
And yet this game is still very much alive. 3 goals the difference. Gilbert down towards Neitz, who takes the mark at centre-half back. Terrific player since coming into the team last year. Hasn't missed a match. Phoebe runs off. Stephen it was. Goes to Tingay. Tingay, Steins running. Lyon and also Schwartz. Some talent here for the Demons, but they've made a mess of it. Schwartz goes to ground. Handball on the up line. Well done to Tingay. Inside 50. Big kick coming up. Left footer floater. Going to ground. Jakovic. Wellman running it towards the pocket. Still in play. Still there. A trip surely on the Crows. No Sullivan. What a kick got behind. Gee, looked a half a chance from here. Thought a Crow player got tripped there in the pocket, but behind are the Demons, and they've fought the average. It's 5-1 to 6-12.
There's a long time between drinks as far as their scoring is concerned. Ben Hart goes in towards the back pocket region. Gary Lyon overruns it. Just gets his right foot to it. Well picked up there by Jamison. And Jamison comes clear. He's very talented, Jamison. That left foot kick was a good clearing kick, but it's Yates to mop up. And he gets around onto the right foot, kicks into the centre. This is an important possession. Not taken by Brent Lovett. He goes after it again and drags it in underneath. Well, McDermott, terrific stuff there by the Crows skipper.
That's a danger, Robbo, of kicking to a stationary player. Brent Lovett there, just waiting and hoping. And McDermott able to get there and spoil.
Steins can't jump. Pittman gives it away. Yates a quick kick towards half forward. The bouncing ball. Awkward for Sullivan, but he made it good and got round onto the right foot. Kicked in towards the centre-half forward position. Jakovic is marked on his chest. I don't know what happened there to Ben Hart. But
the crowd suggesting there was a push-out. Let's have a look at it again in replay.
Oh, I think he just ran underneath it in the finish.
Maybe a slight nudge there from Jakovic.
Well, Jakovic has kicked one. He's kicking from 50 metres. He gets good distance. It's onto the goal line. It'll be cleared by Wellman. He gives it away to McDermott. McDermott goes down towards the wing. Yates gets back and gives the hand pass away to the captain. Lyon, a short kick. It's effective. The mark is taken by Steins, and that ball went 11 metres. Steins, very, very mediocre there, the statistics. He's kicked towards full forward. It's punched away there by Pittman. It rebounds. Brett Lovett forced to kick with the left. Gets good distance to the goal square. No mark. Lyon, no, it's tidied up by Ben Hart. He gets it to Scott Lee. Lee's kick goes down the boundary line. Jarman and Brett Lovett. The ball spills to the back. Brett Lovett the first to recover. Gets a hand pass by, gee, that was awkward for Todd Viney. The Shepherd not bad. Brett Lovett over his head to Glenn Lovett. Well, it slipped through his hands. McGuinness is the tackler, and the ball held in. The umpire will bounce.
Well held up by the Adelaide Crows there. The Melbourne bench, Primke, Peter Rode and Greg Doyle, who's Neil Curley says has an injured left knee, so he probably won't be back on.
6-12, 5-1 the score at Footy Park. Jarman over the top. Norris there, and again a bounce down. And we've had a lot of them in that first half. Goals hard to get here tonight. Pittman and Steins. Steins gets to the front, wins the tap, gives Phoebe the run of it. Viney's handball intercepted by McDermott to Rouvray, who was spinning when he took it. The tackle on him pretty good. Holding the footy.
Pretty tough. Pretty tough.
I'd like the umpire to get into that posse when Gary Lyon applied the tackle. He wouldn't have been able to get rid of the ball either, would he?
No hope.
Lyon from centre wing. Oh, here's a Melbourne player all on his own at half forward, and Glenn Lovett was going on, decided against it. He's right on the 50. Goes short again for Schwartz and gets him. Some loose checking by the Crows, and Schwartz now will kick from about 35 metres. He kicked 2 goals in the opening term. He's had a very good year. He's kicked 28 goals so far this season. Runs around a little to improve the angle. Good looking kick by Schwartz. Just missing, and it's 5-2 to 6-12.
2 goals, 1 now to David Schwartz. The other move Melbourne's made is bringing on Martin Pike, and he's playing in the forward line, probably the forward pocket.
Well, awkward kick there by Ben Hart, quickly picked off there by Gary Lyon. His kick goes close to the line. It's over on the full in the finish, so the free kick will go to Adelaide to be taken in the left back pocket by Scott Lee. Lee plays on quickly, kicks it down near the wing, and pushing out Meeks. And the free kick will go to Sean Wren. And again, the umpire in a terrific posse there. About 20 metres off to the left-hand side of the players. Sean Wren kicks it down where Maynard has made good position. Maynard quickly up to the 50-metre line. And a good stretch and mark taken by Rashudo over the top of Gilbert.
Pittman's off for Adelaide and Nickerson on.
Well, Rashudo would be a chance from here. Lovely long kick to the goal square. Modder up high, too early. Well, I would have deemed that a free kick because he's interfering with the player underneath him in Sean White. Nothing happening there, so boundary throw-in will take place in the right forward pocket for Adelaide. 6-10 at half-time they were to 5 goals straight. Big knock there by Ingerson. Taken away by Matthew Phoebe. Kicks it quickly to a vacant wing area. The race on between Tingay and Tregenza. Tregenza hand pass good. Maynard running into the pocket. Short. Mark taken there by Stephen Phoebe. Short kick again. Steins has got to get this. It was an important possession. And he's marked it right half back. Gives the hand pass away. Matthew Phoebe from the right half back area. Kicks towards half forward. Lyon made a good contest of it. Ring gets the handball to Jarman. Jarman was caught, but he got the handball away to Tregenza. He's caught by Charles. Very important possession here. McGuinness is caught, brilliantly tackled.
A couple of magnificent tackles there. Weren't there, Robbo, from the Melbourne side?
My word. The tackling, the effectiveness of the tackling is improving every year.
That man there, Stephen Tingay, terrific stuff. And also Charles involved in that also. Here it is, Tingay ties up Tony McGuinness. Terrific.
Charles over the top. Jarman spins and weaves. Handball giving it away. Viney. Well, he was almost mugged there, you'd feel. McDermott. Jarman. Tregenza. Little chip pass. Looking wide for Ingerson. Can he get it over to Modra? Well played by White. He left Modra, took a chance. Lovett pushes it off the ground. Goes with Rouvray. Goes to ground. Rouvray puts the tackle on. A wrestle there. White and Ingerson. And it's going to be a ball up.
Terrific contest between those two players.
Sean White there committing himself. Had to go. Modra over the top. Had Ingerson been able to get it to him. Still just 16 points the difference in this match. 2.5 kicks the Demons are away. Yates. Free kick going to Steins.
Soft one. Jimmy Steins really needs to stand up.
He's had 2 or 3 kicks in the last 4 or 5 minutes, hasn't he? Norwich at half forward. Not a good kick. Wren getting back, misses the mark. Charles, Wren goes to ground. Tries a handball to Maynard. Maynard's handball under pressure. Wellman, very promising. Handball under pressure again, gives it up. Schwartz didn't do a good job at all there. Gave it to Maynard. Maynard to Chalmers. A bit too easy for the Crows that time, as far as Melbourne's concerned. Ingerson, good grab and paid the mark at centre wing.
It was such an important slip by David Schwartz back in the half-forward line for Melbourne. Now the ball is down in the Crows' full-forward area. Grabbed by the jumper was Modra. No free kick. Phoebe in a lot of strike back there. He'll give away a behind. That's Stephen Phoebe. And a score is added for the Crows. 9 minutes left in the third term. They progress to 6-13. Melbourne 5-2. So the Crows have kicked 3 points in this third quarter. And Melbourne have kicked 2. The kick-in has been marked by Gilbert. He'll go short once again and get it back to Phoebe. He kicks it down towards the wing. Contest there. It was pretty good. Jarman it is to collect the football and kick it back towards half forward. The ball spills down for Steins. He's got to go after it again, but he's beaten for it by the more nimble Rashudo. Try to kick out of mid-air there, Mark Rashudo, unsuccessful. And the ball spills over for a throw-in. Time remaining, 8 3/4 minutes in the third quarter. And a really, really tight contest we've got on our hands. Melbourne need a score. And they don't need behinds. They need a couple of goals. Matthew Phoebe now rebounds for Viney. He's tackled by Tregenza. And eventually a free kick has been picked out. It's going to Matthew Phoebe. Well, it's between right back pocket and half back for Melbourne, about 40 metres from the Crows' goal. The kick goes out towards the wing where the mark has been taken by Steins.
He is presenting himself at the moment, Steins. Has had a few touches of late to centre wing. Schwartz, Pike, too slow, ducked his head, gone. Play on called McGuinness. Gee, Melbourne had chances there. They had 3 players running with Pike to take a handball. McDermott got it from Tregenza. Wiedemann, long bomb. Misses behind. 6:14 to 5-2. We're back to a 3-goal game here. 1 goal, 12 the difference. And Pike with a chance with a Demon player streaming past him.
Yeah, the opportunity was lost very quickly, though, because Adelaide tackling very ferociously here at Football Park. Completely different to last week when they were thumped by North Melbourne to the tune of 80 points.
So inhibited that day, weren't they?
Weren't they?
The Optus Oval. But so daring tonight. Such a difference. Yates goes long. Mail getting ready to come on for the Crows. Steins, great tackle, handball, Neats, little one off the ground, didn't go far. Lee was there, Jarman was there. How many balls up have we had?
I reckon it's a record.
Yes. I said balls up, didn't I?
Well, there's been a few of those during the night too, Bruce.
I just made the biggest one.
A bounce of the ball, and Steins, I'd say there'd be a record if you had a chance, because it's been a very, very tight contest. And sometimes you watch games of football like this and you lose a bit of interest, but this has been interesting right from the start. Gary Lyons taking a great mark between the centre and centre-half forward positions. Kick it to Schwartz.
His first mark, Robbo, and lip tack off for Adelaide. Mail coming back on.
Short kick, he finds Glenn Lovett. Looking for a lead. It's very tight. Both forward lines struggling for any sort of cohesion. The kick to the front of the goals. It's taken by Chalmers. He gets the handball to McDermott. Into McGuinness. Short. He finds Brown. Brown able to run away. Kicks it in towards centre-half back. Gathered by Tregenza. You're in trouble. Ball down goes Jamison. Tackle was too high for some of them. Jamison takes the free kick at centre-half back. He takes a gamble. Oh, gee, this is risky. Chalmers marks. He could have nearly been classified as playing on there. Steins had him, then let him go, and Chalmers got the kick away to Lee. So Lee is near the wing. He gets the hand pass to Maynard. Maynard will kick in the moderate direction. Ducking back. He gets behind Sean White. A push into the back. And the no free kick. Melbourne cleared through. Stephen Phoebe. He finds Glenn Lovett at left half back.
Still not a goal in this third term by either team. Lovett wide, looking for Steins, punched away by Maynard. Free kick to Steins. But look at the Lotta one a moment ago.
Yeah, it looked like a very clear push in the back, didn't it? There it is. No doubt about it.
Steins
Sean White
up towards centre wing. McGuinness read it pretty well at the back. Schwartz tapped it back. McGuinness roving. Steins underneath it. Wiedemann contest. Stephen Phoebe, little handball. Norris keeps it in play. Only as far as Maynard. Well played. Just ran backwards and got away from Lovett and then got away from Norris. Then the centering kick towards full forward. White taps it forward. By the way, Liptak off the ground for the Crows and Mail on. Yates runs it out. 6:14 to 5-2 here at the park.
You know, it's going to come down to about the last 10 minutes of fitness, isn't it? I mean, they've both been throwing each other at the football, these two teams, and it's been a terrific physical contest.
Well, the stakes are so high here, a win and a loss after the results we've had over the last week and a half, with Footscray making a run, Brisbane and Richmond making runs, and Collingwood winning today. It's a double-barrel result here to both teams. Melbourne can jump to fourth if they win. If the Crows lose, they're going to be right down in the cellar.
Well, they're still in front by 3 goals. Yates was held. No free kick. McGuinness plays on and kicks it back. That's what I want. I like it. The thing about football.
I think I can.
At Mitre 10, we can help you with all the tools, materials, advice and free Mitre plans you need. So you can get the job done right every time. Yes, you can, with Vita 10. Turn a burger into a fun-filled family holiday aboard P&O's Fair Star. Play Muck Match and win with Disney Video Stars. Collect your game cards with any burger or muffin purchase, scratch and match these Disney Video Stars, or win instantly.
What sort of bank has no upfront fees on variable rate home loans? Adelaide Bank. Your sort of home loan from your sort of bank.
For a ride as smooth as silk, you should consider a ride in the new Mitsubishi Magna.
Tuesday, the lighthouse that's home to a ghost.
I heard footsteps going down.
There was a trail of sand across the room.
It's out there, believe me.
Personal stories.
Plus, Mickey Rooney.
I was just stupefied.
And the experience that turned his life around.
And he was standing there.
Real people.
A coincidence that could never be explained.
Bizarre.
An accident where everyone involved had one thing in common.
True stories.
Plus, June Bronhill.
The extraordinary.
8:30 Tuesday on 7.
7-14 Adelaide, 5-2 Melbourne. Difference is out to 24 points. Ruck contest. Wren takes it away, gets it to McGuinness. Kick smothered off the boot. All those little things close in have been fantastic by both sides. Glenn Lovett off the left foot, in towards full forward. Good kick. Mark taken by Jakovic in front of Ben Hart. He plays on. He sweeps and kicks it in towards Steins. And he's taken the mark. Wren not quite quick enough to regroup there. And Jimmy Steins has got the football only 35 metres out directly in front.
He has presented himself pretty well in this third quarter, big Jimmy Steins. Absolutely really useless last week with that big knee brace on. Couldn't do a thing against Carlton.
Steins kicks for goal. And I think he's just sneaked it through. It's a goal. So Melbourne get the answering goal quite quickly, and they progress to 6-2, and the difference again back to 18 points. The Crows are 7-14.
Here we see Jakovic playing on quickly. He was too far out to score himself. Jimmy Steins presenting himself, getting down to the centre half forward position. Sean Wren just not able to get a hand to that ball. And Jimmy Steins hasn't kicked a lot of goals this year, only 8 now for the season.
Still they hang in, the Demons, at 6-2 to 7-14. What a lopsided scoreboard it is as far as shots for goal concerned. 21 to 8. Tregenza's left foot. Underneath it was Neitz. Surely a free kick against Brown, and needs to come back to take it. The 19-year-old who's played 32 consecutive matches since making his debut gives that up too quickly to Tregenza. Big turnover here. Jarman, Modra.
Jarman will make you pay. Get in the open like that.
Well, let's see if Modra can make it pay for 6 points. His kicking has only been average tonight. He's kicked 2-2. Really should goal from here. 35 metres out. Good looking kick. It's a goal. A big bad blunder by Neitz. 3 goals to Modra, and the Crows 8-14 to 6-2.
Yes, as I said, Bruce, once that mistake was made by David Neitz, it was pretty hard to work out who he was trying to kick the ball to, because the only player there really was Simon Tregenza. And that's where they're very good around midfield. They don't mess around with the ball. They get it on very quickly. When their handball's working, there's no better team in the competition than the Adelaide Crows.
Well, Wren didn't mess around. He bashed it towards centre half forward, was gathered by Neitz. He's kicked back towards half forward. Sullivan held by Lee. Umpire didn't quite catch that. Underneath the Schwartz. Now a free kick has been kicked out. It'll go to Adelaide. It may be Tregenza, the recipient. He gets right on with the game. The boys are wrestling, but the Adelaide Crows go further forward. Ingerson. Good bump. Ingerson rode it beautifully. Neitz has got him though. The ball spills to the 50-metre line. Wiedemann shrugs the tackle. Gets the handball away. Play goes on. The kick is by Brown, was it? Into the full forward area, and registers a behind for the Crows.
Gee, there was a bit going on behind play,
certainly
wasn't
was. The emergency umpire was having a close look at Schwartz.
Nearly got bowled over
Chalmers,
himself, Bernie, the emergency umpire. Nearly went to ground at one stage.
Sean White coming off for Melbourne, Primke coming back on.
Big move, taking White off Modra at this stage. He's kicked 3, Modra.
Limping slightly, Sean White.
Wren against him to Steins. It's been his best term, Big Jimmy, the Brownlow medalist from 91. He's had 5 marks, 8 kicks, 4 handballs. Not a good kick. Chalmers unable to. Schwartz didn't really contest. Tingate, back handball okay. Norwich, free kick maybe to McGuinness, not paid.
Should be a free kick to McGuinness. Fumbled over the line by Schwartz. Couldn't believe it, could he? So I tell you what, well, if the crowd could get hold of these umpires, look out.
63-38 the scoreline. Wren wins the tap. McGuinness played that brilliantly against Viney. Little handball to Dragenza, back to McGuinness. Held up by Tingay. Viney there, still in play.
He was taken high, surely again, Tony McGuinness.
Now advantages with Melbourne.
And Schwartz kicks towards Djakovic on a long lead. McGuinness has picked himself up. Djakovic under pressure and out of play. Doesn't seem the same cocky, flamboyant Djakovic at the moment, does he? He hasn't got the same confidence or flair.
Yeah, let's have a look at McGuinness, where he's taken high. Well, maybe not taken high. It certainly looked as if it was in actual play, but looking at the replay, it looked as if it could have been around the chest.
Lyon tried to break through originally, and again held up with Pike underneath it. The Demons wanting a goal before three-quarter time. It's 6-2 to 8-15.
Oh, it's tight footy, and the umpire not bothering to bounce it. He's throwing it in the air, and it's bashed back towards the wing, gathered by Dragenza. Tries to get the hand pass to Andrew Jarman. Oh, missing it was Steins. Jarman, brilliantly done in the finish. He just kept on persisting. The ball now with Brown. Brown approaching the 50-metre line. Kicks to the goal square. At the back, Modra. Primke was pretty good. They'll force it over the Demons defenders. And it will be a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for Adelaide. And Neil Curley on the boundary line.
Yes, Sean White has a left leg strain. I think it's an upper thigh, and he could be doubtful for the rest of the game.
Body blow there. Doyle and White both out of business, it seems, for the Demons. Gilbert couldn't break a tackle. Adelaide hungry for a late goal in this third quarter. They've slowly got on top, 8-15 to 6-2. On top on the scoreboard. They've been on top in the general field play from the outset. Melbourne's 3 late goals in the first quarter have kept them in touch nearly all night. It's the way it's worked out. Matthew Phoebe over the top of it. Stein's got a high one from Wiedemann. And again a ball up with Adelaide within 20 metres of the goal. Steins, Ingerson to do the ruck work. Steins just down to Mail. He couldn't break the tackle. McGuinness should give him a chance from here. High one, no, not this time. Hooks it out of bounds on the fall. He just kept running away from the goal, didn't he?
His stats have been good though, Tony McGuinness. 16 kicks, 17 kicks now, and 5 hand passes. And 2 important goals.
Yeah, they were important. The one that broke the deadlock up in this term, and that freak goal in the first quarter. Ingerson went high. Tingay off the side of the boot, out on the fall.
Now that's the pressure that really Adelaide's applied all night. Completely different Adelaide side than the one that fronted up to Optus Oval last week against North Melbourne.
Jamieson takes Lyon on. Time ticking away. Goes to full forward. Looking for Modra. Siren sounds before the mark can be taken. And at three-quarter time at Footy Park, the Crows lead by 25 points, 8-15 to 6-2.
You could win 1 million Ansett frequent flyer points simply by joining Diners Club or introducing a friend. 1 million points. Imagine where they could take you. And there are 5 trips to Bali to be won, simply by joining Diners Club by July the 31st. Diners Club. You've got 1 million reasons to join right now.
More people prefer cooking with gas
Because milk boils over and cakes rise up. Because dinner for 6 is kind of spec. Because kids make snacks. Because lamb comes on racks. Why gas? Well, just because.
More people prefer cooking with gas because it gives greater control, has more modern features, and well, just because.
Why gas? Well, just because.
Se ti piggio la pesciole, esso vai, esso vera, se bella pesciamma lo vena. Se ci chiappa la fantasia di puscerite, cuzzeria.
Right now, every Fast Pasta restaurant is giving away 2 tickets to see the Crows play the Sydney Swans. A chance to win with every meal. You'll want to eat the pasta every day.
Pasta. Too good for words.
Meet Eddie Sims. He runs a small business.
Importing.
So, Eddie, what can telecom do for you?
Save me money on international calls, especially Hong Kong.
We're taking care of business every day. Taking care of business every way. We're taking care of business. It's alright. Taking care of business and working overtime.
Then listen.
Ring now and find out how to save 10% with Telecom's International Flexi Plan.
Prime suspect and Inspector Morse broke new ground in how exciting a mystery could be.
Let's go for it. Go.
Now each week there's a new show that's more than a mystery.
We will roll over and play dead, all right?
It's heart-stopping action and a sensual thriller.
Never ever use me like that again.
Tony's a cop who'll use the woman he's married to.
You don't know anything?
And the girl he loves.
Never said it.
To nail his best mate.
You can't be a copper without knowing villains.
The most powerful and provocative new series of the 90s. Between the Lines, soon on 7.
2-5 to the Crows, 1-2 to Melbourne in the third term, and Adelaide have got a big break now. 8 goals, 15, 63 to 6-2, 38. Round 14, some fascinating matches on paper. North Melbourne Carlton will be a blockbuster Friday night. The team that wins that will be second on the ladder behind West Coast. On Saturday, Geelong and West Coast, a big match, particularly after West Coast lost today. Adelaide, St Kilda, how important is that for the Crows? Footscray and Fitzroy would both have a sniff at the 8 after their wins on the weekend. Melbourne and Richmond, another very big game. On Sunday, Brisbane and Collingwood. Well, you call that the most important match in the history of the Brisbane Football Club. If they could win that, they're right up there with the 8. And Essendon would be the hottest of hot favourites to beat Sydney in Melbourne. But it's one of the best rounds on paper we've had all year. Hawthorn get the bye. Well, Neil, Adelaide, it's been a hard night for them, but you'd think now that they've got a winning break.
Yes, Bruce, it seems that way, and there's not a lot Neil Baum can do now. He's been hamstrung to a certain degree with the loss of Doyle and White, so he hasn't got a lot of options to play around with, and I just think they've got to rely, Melbourne, on their courage now and their commitment and a bit of their old tradition to get back into this game and try and... I thought they came out in that third quarter then, particularly early, and had a red-hot go, with Steins leading in particular by example around the ground, but Adelaide absorbed the pressure, and they withstood that problem, and they came back towards the end of that quarter and presented Melbourne with a lot of problems with their around-the-ball situation. They are a very strong Jarman in particular. Tregenza was good on his wing, and they just found a little bit of penetration up forward, and all the Crows have to do now is keep that pressure on this quarter, and I think they'll run out winners.
Neil, you've coached a lot of football over the years. What in this situation, in a tight game where there hasn't been a lot of flow, what sort of things would you be saying if you're in Neil Baum's shoes to the players?
Well, it's very difficult because the ball's spending a lot of time on the ground. There's a lot of tackling, there's been a lot of ball-ups, and there's a lot of congested play, and it's just a matter of persevering, keeping at it, and just hoping you can get a bit of a lucky break. That's all there is, because Lyon's been well held, Charles has been held. They haven't had a dominant forward whatsoever. Swartz was good early, but they've all been held now. They haven't got a lot of options.
Would you say take some risks?
Well,
if you're going to go down with risk-taking.
Well, you're 4 goals down. You've only kicked about 5, so you're 4 down. So you have to take some risk. You're not going to win this game by playing safety first now. If Melbourne want to win it, they've got to take some risks and lose it by 10. They're going to lose it by 4.
Thanks for that, Curls. Good on you, Neil Curley on the boundary line. Graham Corns. Well, he knows the importance of this match tonight for Adelaide. We look at third quarter stats. Melbourne got plenty of kicks. Adelaide had a heap of handballs, as many handballs as they had kicks. The centre breaks all in favour of the Crows. Significant there. 4-0. 8:15, 6-2 at Footy Park. 63-38. Well, Bernie Quinn and Melbourne having so many problems kicking goals.
Been disappointing tonight, Bruce. I saw them last week against Carlton. They were very competitive, but tonight they've been outplayed in most areas. Their forwards just haven't had enough of the ball to kick goals. Jakovic is quiet. Gary Lyon's been down. Schwartz has been down. They've really had nothing across half forward. Adelaide have had the numbers to the ball and certainly deserve this lead.
25-point margin, final term. Two teams that have been in horrible form over the last 6 weeks. Just 2 wins between them in the last 11 matches. Jarman's kick up to half forward. Ingerson, who spent most of the time on the interchange. Back to Rouvray. Glenn Lovett tries to hold him up. Rouvray's handball ineffective. Jarman had a big third quarter. Brett Lovett paddles into the boundary line and forces it out of play.
There again, Bruce, another example of the support. They looked as if Melbourne could have forced their way forward, and Scott Lee came in to add the help that was so badly needed, and that's what they've done all night, Adelaide.
And forced Brett Lovett to be defensive when Melbourne had the numbers around the footy, didn't they? Off the ground by Rouvray. Chance here for Neitz. Handball, good one. Gets to Matthew Phoebe. Runs from centre half back. High ball. Charles underneath it. Maynard at the back. Charles over the top. Tregenza's little handball. Schwartz's handball misses the target. Been disappointing since a terrific opening. Tingay back to Charles. A fumble. He's got a lot of pace. Jarman tries to run him down. Sullivan's handball inside to Phoebe. Okay. Phoebe misses Love at the bounce. Punch forward by Lee. Back to Charles. They're tired, some of these players. They've still got 30 minutes of footy to go. To fall forward. Great grab by Jakovic. It's a terrific mark. And maybe the spark the Demons need.
Yeah, maybe, Bruce. Jakovic has been pretty quiet, as I said. Coming in only for kick number 4. Gary Lyon hasn't had the influence he had on the game that he did last week. Jakovic from about 30 metres.
Looks like he's kicked the goal. He has, and the Demons have got the early one in the last. Well, it's what they needed to keep this match alive at 7-2 to 8-15. It was a terrific snatch.
Amazing, isn't it? Yeah, great mark by Jakovic. He's kicked 2 goals. He did start on the interchange bench, and Charles was good in that passage, Bernie.
Yes, he was. He's been pretty quiet. Been well held by Rodney Maynard, who's been terrific across half-back. There's a little tap-out. Charles getting around Maynard this time, driving it long into the forward line. Jakovic at the back of Sean Arch, just reaching over and plucking that one out.
Well, just what the Demons needed at the start of the last quarter. The goals have been few and far between for them. Tregenza, little hand pass, goes past Rouvray. Glenn Lovett was good, holding it up, and he gets a pat on the head from one of his teammates. So it will start all over again. Centre breaks have been well in favour of the Crows. Now a chance for
free against
It's a free kick against Jimmy Steins in the ruck, and it'll go to Sean Wren. He'll kick Adelaide up to the 50-metre line. It goes out in front of Rashudo. He's too quick. He'll kick a goal, Mark Rashudo. And he does just that. Much too quick for Phil Gilbert. He gets his second goal. And Adelaide's 9th. They lead once again by 25 points.
It's back to the 3-quarter time margin. Mark Rashudo has been excellent. The free kick against Jimmy Stein, setting this up for Adelaide to get the ball quickly into the forward line. Melbourne hasn't been able to get the numbers back there quickly enough to help out. The midfielders haven't been doing the same job as Adelaide's been doing. They've certainly assisted their defenders and got back there and helped all night.
Back to 25 points. Rashudo's second goal for the match. 9-15, 7-2. Viney and McGuinness have been running together most of the night. McGuinness off the ground. Schwartz tried one off the ground. Not a good attempt. Chalmers has handball to McGuinness, who's had a lot of touches, as always. High and wide. Brown. Wiedemann. Listen to the big roar now. The Weed pops it over the top. Modra! No. Play on. Primke. And bounce about 40 metres away from the Adelaide goal. See the scoreboard in the background as we pan down towards the action on the ground. Terrific night here. Cool evening, lots of atmosphere. Packed house, 47,000 in attendance. Jarman and Viney together. Now Wiedemann over the top of it. Tries to crash his way through. Ingerson, Jarman caught. Can't get rid of it. Brett Lovett, didn't do very well at all. Tregenza, Jarman, a good finisher. Misses. A behind. 9-16 to 7-2. Gee, Brett Lovett.
In a tight game, I think he just misjudged that. He must have thought there was someone around, surely. It was going to nab him. 9-16 to 7-2. And Primke, who's playing at full-back on Modra. Sean White has injured himself. Yates marks the kick in. Plays on quickly, kicks it wide, out towards the wing. At the back, Schwartz. Disciplined punch from behind. Tingay can't get past. Eventually gets the hand pass to Schwartz. He ducks and weaves and then gets a kick across his left shoulder up towards the half-forward area. Lyon and then Sullivan. Did that come off the toe of his boot? Yes, it did, on the full. So the free kick to be taken by Scott Lee. Nearly up to the wing for the Crows. He kicks it past that position, nearly to half-forward. Missed by the players there, and Chris McDermott tries to move it on. David Schwartz is in there. Rashuto over the top, and the umpire will come in and bounce.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to give Schwartz a bit of a run in the ruck, Robbo.
Yes, you got to throw it around a little bit. And the umpire not messing around. He just throws it straight in the air. Rashuto's little tap on. Schwartz gets his left foot to it. It goes back the Crows' way. Rouvray leaves it behind. Matthew Phoebe grabbed by the legs. The tackle not bad at the start, but it just slipped down around his legs as he tries to run on. Gets the handball to his brother Stephen. Stephen goes towards half forward. Out in front, Lyon falls over. Critical. Ball taken by Tingay. Gets the handball to Schwartz. Schwartz goes for goal number 3. It's not a bad looking kick, but it's yet the goal. So hit the post. Well, Schwartz thought it was a goal.
It shaved the post.
Well, the goal umpire signals are behind to Melbourne. 7-3 they are, and Adelaide 9-16. Wellman marks the kick in.
From Ben Hart, McGuinness to Chalmers at centre wing. Chalmers up towards Wren. Stein's in the front spot. Wren works his way around to the front. They both go to ground eventually. Brown taps it forward with a little handball. Gilbert intercepted by Tingay. Gets it back from Norrish. Tingay's kick up towards centre wing. Schwartz is there with Pike, and also Chalmers gets it back off Wellman to Maynard. Maynard run down, gets his kick away. All important ball. Line normally very skillful. Jakovic. Good play by the Demons. Jakovic has got a couple running on. He's just got to pop it over. Sullivan's got to make his mind up. Did he touch it? No! Goal! Jakovic has got his third. And the Demons are hanging in 8-3 to 9-16.
I think he could have got it to Sullivan if he really wanted to, Bruce, there, but I think Jakovic...
I thought that was maybe his idea, and he just kicked it a little too far.
Yes, maybe.
Give him the credit anyway.
Give him the credit for it, but 3 goals now to Jakovic after starting the game on the interchange bench. Here it is. Maybe an attempted pass.
Oh, gee, we just had a close look at the replay there, and Chris Sullivan nearly put his fingertips on that football. Overrunning it as Pike, taken away by Wellman. Nearly tackled by Charles, but he got his kick away. Towards half-forward, the mark is taken by Ingerson. Crows players running everywhere. Wiedemann is the target. No, it's Modra out in front. Mail runs past it. Yates nearly got his hand to it. It rebounds to Graham Yates. Oh, down he goes. High tackle. Yates. Yates it is for Melbourne. He kicks it wide. Player on his own. Out wide is Pike. He can play on. He kicks it down towards half forward. Too far there for Schwartz and Chalmers, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Look at the crowd in the background. They pack it in here at Football Park.
41,000, Robbo, here tonight.
Amazing, Bernie. They just keep coming to watch the Crows play football, and their form over the past few weeks has been pretty ordinary. Melbourne trying to get the ball clear of the pack there. It's Martin Pike underneath all that. Oh, look at that. Tumble of players. Tony McGuinness down there, and the umpire forced to bounce once again. There's only about 14 or 16 players away from where this centre bounce will take place, or this bounce will take place, should I say. Adelaide 9-16, Adelaide, Melbourne 8-3, and Schwartz to do the ruck work. And umpire deems that he had his arm or his hand on Sean Wren's shoulder, so Wren will take the free kick.
Chalmers at centre half-back. Crows leading by 19 points. Demons still not out of this. Chalmers towards centre half-forward. Long ball. Phoebe and Wiedemann. Well played by Stephen Phoebe. Sweeps the handball over to Matthew. Back to Stephen Phoebe. Breaks the Jarman tackle. Back to half-forward, but there's a couple of Crows sitting underneath it. And Chalmers takes the mark. For Melbourne to win, Lyon and Schwartz and Jakovic have probably got to kick 4 goals between them in the last 14 minutes. A kick back to centre wing, taken by Matthew Phoebe. Phoebe. Again, the twin Stephen runs off him to Norwich. Little chip pass. Melbourne gathering an attack here. Tingay at about 80 metres, a high ball. Schwartz in a reasonable position, takes the grab, a beauty.
Yeah, good mark, Schwartz.
Not out of this, Bernie.
No, they're just starting to mount something, Bruce. In the last 2 or 3 minutes, Melbourne certainly looking as if they're finishing the better. There's Schwartz out in front of Chalmers. Good grab. He's already kicked 2 goals to David Schwartz, and well within kicking distance.
Hit the post the last time it was deemed. Wouldn't a goal here lift the Demon spirits? Would give them some hope of winning this game. Only trailing by 19 points in a low-scoring game. Schwartz, normally a great kick for goal, lets loose and gives it a hook. Misses. 2-3 to Schwartz. Big roar from the Adelaide crowd.
He didn't really have to kick it that hard.
8-4
well within scoring distance.
To 9-16. 1 goal, 12 the difference. We're back to that 18-point margin.
Well, it's Ben Hart to kick it back in for Adelaide. Goes to the far side. Good mark. Wren has been terrific tonight.
Magnificent, Sean Wren. Jimmy Stein's down there behind play.
His 17th possession.
They need Jimmy back to his Brownlow form, don't they, of 1991.
Well, he gives the hand pass away to Jamison. Jamison runs through centre-half back and kicks it in the direction of centre-half forward, standing his ground and taking a well-judged mark in the finish is Gilbert for Melbourne. He'll have to move it on quickly. The Demons haven't got all night. His kick finds Lyon. Lyon looking to run on. He's got Schwartz down towards the half-forward area. The kick is too high. Schwartz comes in, dragged off the football. Jamison, in goes Sullivan, dragged it in underneath. And you always risk being penalised when you dive on the football and drag it back in. On this occasion, Sullivan fortunate.
We saw a couple early, didn't we? That one against McDermott, which resulted in a Melbourne goal.
Schwartz doing the ruck work. Jamison squeezes a kick out. Only goes as far as Matthew Phoebe. Kicks it back near the 50-metre line. Reading it quite nicely was Wren, who's got back there to help out the defenders. And he's been a fantastic player for most of the evening. Sean Wren playing a lone hand in the ruck. He's got Pittman in assistance. His kick has been marked by his direct opponent, Jimmy Steins. And Steins is forward of the wing. He goes short. And the mark taken by Norwich, looking to play on. He does. He gets it to Neitz, and Neitz will kick Melbourne up to within scoring distance.
Jakovic, Wren. Jakovic brings it to ground. Sullivan, Charles, Lyon, under pressure, little left footer. Pike and McGuinness. McGuinness turns away, sweeps a handball out to Tregenza. Some good footing now. Jarman's on about 50 metres away. It'll probably get to him now. No, McDermott, too slow. Probably Tregenza should have run the line and kicked it to Jarman. And Adelaide would have been at centre wing with a loose man. Now McDermott's high ball. Gilbert gets to the front, takes a good mark. Big stretch.
And hurt himself too, Phil Gilbert.
Coming down right on his noggin by the look of it.
He started on the forward line.
Good nose,
has moved back to the back line early when Rashuto started to get on top very quickly. That is a sensational mark by Phil Gilbert. May have hurt his shoulder or back. He's okay anyway.
Centre wing, Demons 18 points behind, still plenty of time for 3 goals to be kicked. Up to half forward, kick forward by Pipe, chance for Charles. Surely kicks a goal, goes for it and gets it.
That's what I want, I like the thing about me, the thing about football.
Mitsubishi Triton Utes and Express vans. They only stop when you do.
These are the times that we move through. These are the times that we move through. This is the road that we travel. This is the place that we come to.
Foodland's famous 2-for-1 sale is back.
Buy 1 pack of Lane's cookies and get 1 free. Buy 1 pack of Mainland 1 sliced cheese and get 1 free. Buy 1 tub of Dairy Gold ice cream and get 1 free. Buy 1 bottle of Big Brand drinks and get 1 free. Buy 1 men's fruit and nut, peanut or sultana chocolates and get 1 free. Buy 1 4-pack of Safe toilet tissue and get 1 free. The Foodland 2-for-1 sale. Don't miss it.
Eddie Murphy's a guy who can't say no.
So who's the victim tonight?
Well, I haven't been out with anybody in about 2 years.
He's still looking for that special someone.
I'm looking for perfection.
And when he finds her,
You're breathtaking.
it'll all be perfect, right?
When I seduce you, you'll know.
Now someone else is calling the shots.
Oh, yeah.
For the first hilarious time on TV, Eartha Kitt, Grace Jones, Robin Givens and Eddie Murphy.
You don't like women?
I'm gay.
Boomerang, next Sunday on 7.
Well, amazing stuff at Football Park. We've got a real contest as Sean Wren clears the centre again for the Crows. The kick towards half-forward. A free kick has been played in that position to Mark Rasciuto against Gilbert.
That's just what they didn't need, Melbourne. They needed a centre clearance there.
Rasciuto runs up near the 50-metre line, kicks it to the goal square. It's a good kick. What a brilliant kick. It's a goal. Rasciuto gets his third and Adelaide get the steadying reply. They lead again by 18 points with 9.5 minutes left.
Well, what a great kick that was from Mark Rasciuto. Here he is from 60 metres out. Let's fly. That is an enormous kick. Night conditions a little bit heavier, the atmosphere. And that ball carrying about 65 metres.
I think they might have found their second key forward tonight, don't you? He's got to play on the forward line, Rasciuto.
I think so. He's kicked 3 goals, 2 coming in this last quarter.
10-16, 9-4.
That was a brilliant decision of yours before the game.
76-58. Melbourne having to get the next goal now in a hurry to bring the pressure back on Rasciuto and Gilbert. And back at centre-half back, McGuinness over the top of Gilbert and a bounce down.
Makes it tough for Melbourne now, Bruce.
Powell getting ready to come on for the first time tonight. Ingerson sitting out along with Rouvray. Melbourne bench depleted because both White and Doyle are injured. Leg injuries, unable to take their place. So Neil Baum has very few options here. Wiedemann. Norwich tries to run his opponent off the ball. McGuinness yet another touch out wide to Liptak. Tackled well by Phoebe. Swings it around. Tregenza held up there by Yates. Little toe poke that time. Liptak again over the top. Lovett with him. That's Glenn Lovett and Steins. And a bounce down 50 metres from the Crows' goal. 41,180 here tonight. Steins to go in the ruck with Pittman. Body to body. Steins wins the tap. These players are very tired. There's been so much body work over the course of the night's play. And again, a bounce up. 50 metres from the Adelaide Crows goal, leading by 18 points.
Ruckman, Pittman and Steins. And it's absolutely amazing why they just don't go and stand and face each other.
Exactly, Robbo.
That is absolutely
exactly
rubbish.
right.
And they appeal for a free kick. Nothing happens. And eventually McDermott clears it. Liptak gets it to Wiedemann. Wiedemann should kick a goal. No, he's hooked it too far. And it's through for one behind.
So 1 goal, 2 to Wiedemann. Well, as you say, Robbo,
9-4.
It was a good call, that, and I think the ruckmen should really face each other. It's just ridiculous getting to a situation where they're leaning against each other all night.
Steins was good down to Glenn Lovett. He gets it to Brett Lovett. Brett Lovett off the left foot, up towards half forward. Schwartz all over Brett Chalmers. And Chalmers will take the free kick. He's got Scott Lee wide on the wing, but he's going to go long. He does kick the ball. Good distances, Brett Chalmers. He's kicked towards half forward. Rasciuto got his hands on it, couldn't take the mark. Glenn Lovett gets the rebound. And the umpire will be forced to bounce. And cooling down, Graham Corns. Well, he'd have to look at this game with a little bit of contentment, I guess. There's still 7 minutes left. Melbourne, if they could get 1 or 2 quick goals, well, it could turn all around.
Powell's on for Adelaide, and off is Joshua Mail.
Very important fresh legs for the Crows. Powell's first run for the evening. Steins doing the ruck work. Rasciuto goes down, tackled by Gilbert. Oh, gee, that's a severe penalty. If you make the play and gather the ball and you're caught and penalised, the kick goes towards the wing. Norris gets past McGuinness, can take it all the way. Norris back onto the right foot, goes for the goal square. No mark. Ball rebounds and hits the post, so a behind registered for Melbourne. 9-5 to 10-17. Again, 18 points, the margin for the Crows.
Ben Hart is looking for a short option. Now decides to go long. Out to half-back. Wren the target. Slipped over just when he's about to contest. Now Stein's over the top of it. Brett Lovett quickly onto the boot. Back inside 50. Charles with a bit of pace. Takes the ball cleverly. Handball back. Glenn Lovett. An important kick. Left foot. Great goal by Lovett. The Demons within 12 points again.
But it'd have to be highway robbery, wouldn't it, if they got to get away with it?
It's a bit like North Melbourne yesterday. Had a late chance against Richmond, didn't they?
Yeah,
similar sort of game.
Yeah, exactly. Back to 12 points now. And it certainly would be, Robbo, because they don't deserve to win this, Melbourne. But the late charge coming from the Demons. It's been their best quarter by far. They've kicked 4 goals in this last term. 4 goals, 3, and outscoring Adelaide.
Well, again, it's back to just 2 goals, the difference. Steins tries to get through. Not successful, but Brett Lovett clears the centre. A quick kick to half-forward. Punched away, disciplined play, rebounds back near the centre. Brown sweeping hand pass. Tregenza left it behind. Back goes Stephen Phoebe on Andrew Jarman. Could have nearly been deemed a free kick, but the umpiring has been that way all night, so the consistency is good. Charles to full forward and Jakovic's mark. If he kicks this goal at 6 points, the margin.
He'd be within scoring distance too, I would think, Alan Jakovic, if he moves it on quickly.
He does. He sums up the situation, goes long, and he's inaccurate. He kicks it behind. 3 goals, 1 to Alan Jakovic in that scoreline of Melbourne 10-6, Adelaide 10-17, and it's back now to 11 points, the margin in Adelaide's favour with 5.5 minutes left.
Closest Melbourne have been for well over a half since early in the second quarter. Chalmers a couple of juggles.
It's the best game he's played, Bruce. Chalmers across half-back.
It's looked good there. He might have found his spot along with Rashudo tonight. Mark not paid. Gee, Phoebe looked to have it. Now McDermott gets a free kick. Has to come back. Neats and Pittman at it. There's been a fair bit of feeling in this match tonight. McDermott from centre wing. Crows leading by 2 kicks. 10 goals, 17 to 10-6. They've won 1 out of their last 5. Melbourne have won 1 out of their last 6. McDermott bombs away. Steins really should have taken the mark. Uncontested and thumped it out of play.
He's playing without a lot of confidence at the moment, Big Jimmy.
If you want to be quite contentious, that could have been deemed as deliberate out of bounds.
Well, it's where he intended it to go. That's where it went. His heart's as big as ever, Big Jimmy, but the body not as able. Now Yates from the back pocket. Melbourne hanging in. Lyon and Wellman go together. One of the champs in the game against a rookie. Well played by Wellman as he's done most of the night. Brown's little one to Lee. Lee was off. Handball over the top. Important play here. Trying to break the tackle was Chalmers. Schwartz did a good job. Coming out of it was Lee. Got it to Brown. Brown to full forward. Modra will take off at the back. Brought a couple down with him. Primke under pressure rather than Phoebe under pressure. Liptak's little handball. Modra tried to go off the ground. It's desperate stuff everywhere. Melbourne throw themselves on and hold it up.
Don't you admire the physical presence of all players in that situation? Fantastic.
Willing hearts everywhere there.
Great stuff by both.
One of the tightest games we've seen, Robbo.
Yes, very interesting. Level. All night it's been interesting.
20 metres from the goal. Wiedemann tries to break through. And it'll be a ball up. Look at White. I think he's going to give Wiedemann a kiss.
I think they both appreciate the efforts that they're putting in for their respective teams.
You wouldn't slap one on the big weed at that stage, would you?
No, you wouldn't think so, would you?
Not with the camera on me anyway. Steins tries to get the ball clear. It's Phil's Liptak's kicked the ball. Liptak kicks his second goal. He summed that up very quickly. And it goes out again to 17 points in favour of Adelaide.
And surely that should be the match-winning goal there from Matthew Liptak. Read it well off the pack. Hit the pack running, and fortunately it spooled to him. A couple of juggles, terrific goal by Liptak. He's now kicked 2 goals, 1 for the evening.
Ordinary bounce taken by Rennie, rides the bump and gets the handball away to Jamison. Again Adelaide, break away from the centre. The high kick, not marked. Comes back to the centre. McGuinness is caught by Neitz. The ball spills to Powell, but it's Tingay. He gets the ball away, but not effective. It's short for Pittman. He gets past Viney and then skillfully gets past another Melbourne opponent and kicks in towards half forward. Back there is Neitz, but in front is Gilbert and he takes a good mark, but it may be paid to Neitz. 3 minutes left. Neitz goes wide. Player out there is Stephen Phoebe, gets it to Yates. Yates gets past and then kicks long in towards centre half forward. The kick goes down the ground. Charles will receive it. I haven't seen a kick go down the ground like that for a long time. In a game of
AFL here if he moves it quickly.
Yes, he took all day, Sean Charles, and then goes short. And Glenn Lovett is marked, getting down to 2.5 minutes.
Good kick normally, Glenn Lovett.
Kicked a great goal a few minutes ago off the left foot. So with a set shot from about 50 metres, he must kick the goal. He runs close to the man on the mark, gets good distance and kicks his second goal. Not many cheers, but it's a Melbourne goal and it's back to 11 points with 2 and a bit minutes left.
They've just got to get the next one, Bernie, don't they? They haven't been able to get within a goal.
They need a huge effort here from Jimmy Steins at the centre bounce because they've been getting the ball too easily out of the middle on every occasion. He's just been standing a long way back, Jimmy Steins, and if the ball bounces a little bit off centre, it's been Sean Wren every time.
Well, both teams theoretically playing for a place in the 8 this year. In the last 2 minutes, Adelaide leading by 2 kicks. Schwartz onto a good take. Hamble back towards line, who looks very tired. Wellman goes to ground. McGuinness breaks away. Adelaide have had the answers all night. Thumps it down long, gets flattened afterwards. Adelaide Crow fans scream for a free kick. Yates comes wide. This is Melbourne's last big chance. Love it to Pike. Pike to half forward. The Demons need a mark under pressure or a goal from somewhere. Sullivan turns and twists. Phoebe can't quite get rid of it. Glenn Lovett can kick a goal. Goes for it. Bouncing ball. It's a goal. They're within a kick with a minute and a half to go. The Demons can still win it. What a comeback.
Well, I can't believe it, Bruce. I don't know how they've got this close. Melbourne, it's been a big last quarter effort. 3 goals to Glenn Lovett, all coming in this last term. Alan Jakovic has also kicked 2 for the quarter, and Sean Charles has kicked 1. So a 6-goal quarter by the Demons. When it was 3-quarter time, they'd only kicked 6 up until that stage.
12-6 the Demons, 11-17 Adelaide. Centre break important. Steins could nearly get a free kick out.
It will.
And the Adelaide fans are stunned. Absolutely.
Well, a few of them started going home after Liptak kicked that last goal.
Steins kicks it wide to Gilbert. Gilbert's got a player. Loose. Schwartz is marked. Well, easy within scoring distance. He's deep. He goes short into the pocket. Mark taken by Jakovic. Now Jakovic is certainly within scoring distance. And look at that look on that person's face.
Absolutely stunned. Well, absolutely stunned. I can't believe this. Now, this is a very tight angle, though, for Jakovic.
Well, I'll tell you what. The goal, Melbourne win the game.
That should be the greatest steal of all time if Melbourne got up here.
Isn't he just the man for such an occasion? He loves centre stage. He's got it right now.
I'd love to see the actions of this man if he kicks a goal in this situation. Jakovic goes for goal and kicks a point. No, he's out of bounds on the full. Adelaide will rebound. Less than a minute left. 5 points in Adelaide's favour.
Well, that was their last chance with Dick Bruce, but there's still 46 seconds on the clock.
I wouldn't give them away. They've been terrific the way they've kept coming. Maynard for distance. High ball, outside 50, Steins punches it away. Yates goes to ground. Adelaide hold it up. The time down to inside 40 seconds.
And still ticking down here, there's no time on.
50 metres from the Melbourne goal. They need a tap down and they need Glenn Lovett, I think, to get hold of it. Because he's the man who's turned it around in the last term. The last play, Schwartz, Lyon takes it brilliantly. The tackle was terrific. Lee then holds it up. Gee, was that Jamison's tackle on Lyon? Wasn't that great?
He's been great all night, Jamison, playing on Gary Lyon. A big job. Rod Jamison, he's had 14 and 3, 14 kicks, 3 hand passes.
Well, look at that clock ticking away. Melbourne not going to get a crack at this.
That's it.
And there's the siren. Look at the relief on the Crows' faces. It was a fantastic contest with a big finish.
6-4, 3-2 in the last term in favour of Melbourne. So a great last quarter and a terrific contest between two teams that were desperate to win this game. Well, you can see the way they're walking off, Bruce. There aren't too many sprinting, jumping. They all look pretty weary.
From Adelaide's point of view, had they lost from that winning position, you would just think the season was gone, wouldn't you? They had to win the way they'd set the match up. Melbourne almost pinching it in the dying moments.
Yeah, 25 points of margin at three-quarter time. Melbourne reduced that margin to 5 points at the final bell.
So similar to yesterday's game with Richmond hanging on against North Melbourne, dominating throughout and winning in the end by less than a kick.
Yeah, big quarter by Melbourne, 6-goal final term. They nearly stole the game. Really, they were outplayed completely for three quarters. Midfield, they didn't have any forwards capable of looking like winning the game for them, but Glenn Lovett in that last quarter took the game by the scruff of the neck, kicked 3 goals. Jakovic kicked 2 final quarter goals and also one to Sean Charles, who'd been very quiet right throughout the evening as well, held by Rodney Maynard.
Well, McGuinness was terrific tonight as Neil Curley talks to Tony McGuinness.
Thank you, Bruce. Well, Tony was down to the wire.
It certainly was, Kills. It was a really hard grind all night. Even though we got 4 up at a few stages during the game, it was never very easy. It was really hard work.
The thing that stood out from us watching tonight was the endeavour and enthusiasm of the Crows players to start the game with. A lot better than the last couple of weeks.
Oh, no doubt, and that's the thing that's really been missing over the last few weeks is that endeavour and really want to get in there and do the nitty-gritty stuff, do the hard stuff, and I think our supporters and fans saw that tonight. It's something to work on. It was only a small win, but that we really need it because we're really under the hammer.
And it was a fantastic duel between Wren and Steins there in that second half of the game.
Yeah, Rennie was sensational, and he's been down the last couple of weeks, and the big fella really wanted to prove something tonight. He enjoys playing against Jimmy. He's a great champion, and I thought the two had a tremendous duel, and Rennie was great in the last quarter for us.
And perhaps a shootout half forward may have found that half forward the Crows have been looking for.
Well, he's a class player, but a desperate player as well, and that's what we really had missing there. I thought we did a good job tonight as well, and if you've got a couple of guys like that against across half forward, you can really hold the ball in there and kick a couple of goals.
Well done, son. Let's enjoy your win. Back to you, Bruce.
Thanks, Neil. Exhausted but articulate. A great champion, isn't he, Tony McGuinness?
Yep.
Final scores at Footy Park. And don't forget, Collingwood and West Coast coming up shortly after this break. It was Adelaide 11-17 to the Demons 12-6.
Introducing the all-new Holden Commodore, an Australian car like you've never experienced before. There's nothing quite like a Holden.
Before you see Beverly Hills Cop 3, let Channel 7 bring you up to speed.
I think that would be best.
And give you a shot at your own Beverly Hills adventure. How you doing? See TV Week for details and be watching Beverly Hills Cop next Saturday on 7.
Eh? What? The football is proudly brought to us by Mobil. I know Mobil, yeah. M-O-B-I-L, right?
AFL Warriors, brought to you by West End.
Just in your junior days, playing out in the Western Districts, I believe the legend that was Roger Merritt really started back in those days.
We had the unfortunate mishap of having to play against Knight at the school he went to in juniors, because he just was the biggest, meanest thing that any of us Disney boys had ever seen.
I think there's some footballers in the 80s and the 90s.
I knew we were in trouble when I saw him sitting underneath a tree plucking feathers off a bird. I thought, yeah, this bloke's just not normal.
When your car is repaired, does your insurance company tell you what parts they use? Do they tell you if the parts are genuine or not? And if they don't tell you these things,
Don't you think they should, before you sign the policy? Luckily, at AAMI, we only use genuine parts, and we guarantee the repairs for life.
It's comforting to know that an Alfred James funeral home is close by whenever the need arises. Over 70 years of James family tradition and leadership is found in our Mile End Funeral Home, where our professional bereavement care is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our people will help with funeral arrangements, provide assistance to those burdened with a loss, and discuss your prepaid funeral needs. Remember, an Alfred James funeral home is close by whenever the need arises.
Sunday, the must-see movie event is on 7.
But first, see a retreat for birds of prey on Talk to the Animals. Then, in Home Improvement, how does the tall man farewell a mate?
21 nail gun salute.
With a send-off only Tim knows how. And at 8, is this Grace's hero?
No, I'm her pharmacist.
Oh, God, I'm dead.
At 8:30, the movie event you've been waiting for. Gerard Depardieu and Sigourney Weaver in 1492. Unmissable entertainment. Sunday on 7.
So the final scoreline here at Victoria Park saw a victory to the home side at Collingwood at 13-12-90. 23-point winners over the Adelaide Crows. 8-19-67. They've tried now for something like 4 years, Roscoe, the Crows, here at Victoria Park. Can't crack it for a win, but I think we've got to say they certainly had their chances today.
Well, they did so. Their first half wasn't too bad. I mean, it was riddled with errors, but their commitment to the footy was pretty good, and they got their share of the ball, and they just didn't use it properly, which, again, when you're using it so much, you've got to make sure you do something constructive with it, but it brings you undone. And neither full forward really got in the game, Sandy. No. Neither half-forward lines had much of an influence, so it was the running half-backs which were quite constructive. Midfielders, I thought, in the end, were quite even.
Yeah, initially it was the Crows, wasn't it? McDermott and McGuinness were very, very powerful.
Jarman had a bit of a touch. Rouvreau was pretty good on his wing for the first half, Sandy, but then he dropped out of the game. The fellow just didn't screen the front of the pack, Rowe. James takes that great mark, but Rowe was a terrific player. He came on, he gave some life, he used the ball well, and in the end, Adelaide just ran out of numbers. The other thing which just upset Adelaide a little bit was when Pittman hurt his knee. They were a bit unbalanced. They were working quite well on the ruck with Chalmers, Wren and Wigney just doing a bit there, and they had to then put Chalmers to full back. They were a bit unsettled.
I think we've got to mention the other injuries today. Of course, Kelly went off very early with a hamstring, but the other one who was so desperately unlucky was Williams of Collingwood. It looked so simple, didn't it?
Well, so did Ballantyne's,
Hurts,
Williams. I mean, it's just amazing how it happens. Pittman was very simple as it seems. It's just the way players land. There's got to be a weakness there to start with, but by gee, there's so much stress on joints these days, and you never wish a knee injury or any injury on any player. But it's just so unfortunate.
McCartney finished the day with 3 goals. Greg Anderson tried his heart out.
Well, I thought he was probably the most direct player in the game. When other players were making mistakes, he was very sure across half-back and delivers the ball well. You heard him at half-time, and he's just a minute saying he doesn't like handballing. He likes to kick the footy. Well, that was effective from half-back. Jamison wasn't a bad player, and McCartney across half-back there himself at centre-half-back. Wigney ended up with a couple of goals.
It wasn't really a day for forwards, though, was it? For either side. You had Wigney and Modra for the Crows, and Severio Rocker leading the Collingwood charge, but no one taking it by the scruff of the neck.
Because of the mistakes in that centre of the ground, Sandy, there's no constructive balls coming down for the forwards, and when they did, Modra was getting himself under it. His timing was just out. That was a ceiling goal by Brown, who he battled very hard today. Got a bit of the footy, had Benny Hart on him for the first half, and Hart made a bit of a contest of it, but here's this James again. He's a likely player, this fellow. Only his 7th game. Plain was in and out of the game. Richardson the same. Tony Shaw had some impact, Sandy, when he came on the second half to pick up McDermott. They had a few words.
McDermott was really running free, wasn't he?
He would have finished up with something like 35 touches, Chris McDermott, and it would probably feature in votes, but well done to Collingwood. Every time Adelaide looked threatening, Collingwood chipped back. They played in patches, but they won the game.
Now, Tony's probably expecting a vote from him after that long goal.
As the skills coach, as he said. Well,
how'd you see the voting? It was a hard match to give votes.
I must say, I pondered for as long as I ever have trying to pick votes, and you try and give it to players who deserve them, and I found it very difficult because players never... There wasn't really a player who played very well over 4 quarters, which is what you look for. So initially I gave 1 vote to Chris McDermott just for his sheer output of work, got the ball quite often, and I thought he used it fairly well. Greg Anderson off a half-back flank, I thought, as I mentioned earlier, was very constructive, got the ball and used it well, and the player who I thought really sparked Collingwood when he came on, started on the bench, came onto the ground, was lively, was sure with his ball handling, and finished up kicking 2 goals, kicked 2-4, could have finished up with 6. but I thought he was the effective 3 voter on the ground.
Bradley Rowe getting the best on ground votes from Ross Glending. We'll take a break. More shortly.